Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Sure. Hey, Tacola. Oh, thank you for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Love you. Thank you. Hey, CM. How's it going? What's up, y'all? Let's see. All right. Hey. Hey, Renee. How you doing? Yeah. How was y'all weekend? Yeah. Yeah. Hope your day is going good. I mean, today it seemed like a gloomy ass morning or afternoon in the city. But hey, yes, hey fam. I always looking forward to our time with y'all to chat because I like the lives. I like to have a good time with y'all and Kiki and stuff like that about the shows and social media. We got a couple things to talk about. We got 2 shows to talk about today and a couple social media topics. And then I'm gonna prepare myself for tonight, which is gonna be another stuff that we're gonna talk about. But let me put the intro and then we can get started. I think my co-host Tracy should be here or not. If not, it will be me and one man show today again. But because I ain't heard from her, so she might be busy. Let's see. Check. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I'm drinking my little juice. Okay. Yeah, yesterday I had a good time. My niece turned 24 years old yesterday, and we had a surprise party for her. And yes, I was having a good time. I was kind of lit, dancing, drinking, having a good time. I didn't come home till like freaking 4 o'clock this morning, and I'm good. Shoot, one of the time we should have like a live midday kind of brunch situation. We have some music and just chill and talk about things and dance off. I think I might do that sometime next month. We'll have a little live midday kind of club situation going on with music, and we just it won't be monetized, so it just gonna be a little personal thing, and we have a good time. Y'all will love that. Let me know. Yeah, I was dancing for her and everything. She did not know. Nobody told her. Yes, Renee. Nobody told her that she was having no surprise order because she thought she was going to a club because it was like she's like, I never had a party. You haven't had a party for me, parties for me, like that. So we was like, okay. So Mama Irma was like, listen, we're going to do something for her. It's like, it's a surprise. It's going to be on her birthday. It's going to be here, all stuff. So she think we go to the club. So I called her. I was like, listen, niece, what are you going to do for your birthday? Happy birthday. What are you doing for your birthday and everything? She got to go to the club. I think you go to the club. Let me know what club you're going to. I meet y'all there. We're going, so we good. And I said, then I was like, first I told her I have to work. So it's not a possibility that I have to call, I can't call out. But actually, I was a lie because I already took the day off anyway. So, but she didn't know that. So I told her so. So yesterday, the thing started around 8. It was 8, and she did not know. About 9 o'clock, she came over there. Well, my sis, and she came in and we said surprise. She said, "Oh my god!" She started crying. She was like, "Y'all didn't tell me. That's messed up." I mean, she happy. She had a good time. But she was like, "Oh my God, y'all all lied to me, saying this, and that. Go to the club. We thought we go to the club. No, she looked nice too. But we had a good time, y'all. Yeah, Shoot, dancing up the store. Yeah, we will have a little live session here sometime May, and one of these Sundays we will have a live session. Music, just us chilling, relaxing, and it won't be monetized. So whoever got the link will have the link, so y'all have it for forever, and then we just chill. Because I know YouTube go strike that video. All that music on might be playing. Yeah, I know. Where the people's at? Okay. So let me just start off with some shows updates. Oh, no. I gotta share the screen first, y'all. Look at that. You know what I mean? I gotta get it together. Excuse me. Yeah, they be tripping. So that's why I was saying we're gonna have it. And I like it gonna be a little personalized for us and just chill, relax, get to see. And get to see me. Y'all can see me twerk a little bit. Actually, I already saw it, but we're gonna have a good time. That's how I won't monetize that video. It'll just be a personalized thing. And so let's do shows updates. Let me see. Hold on. Hold up, all right, let's do shows update. I already discussed this last week, so I'm just giving a little reminder of upcoming shows. Some of the shows I may review, I may not review. Just something I might look at for personally. And I could probably give you an idea of what shows I may review. Hey Joyce, how you doing? Jocelyn Cabaret. I had mentioned that season 2 was started in May. No, actually, season 2 started already. That Sunday where I aired, and I talked about the show's upcoming date, it happened that same day. So on Sundays, Jocelyn Cabaret is on Zeus now, season 2. And you know, just like season 1, they're gonna wait a while, they're gonna be on Zeus first, and they're gonna bring it to WeTV. So right now I'm catching up on season 1, and I'm watching that. And get to see the background story. And y'all know Auntie Momo, she does the reviews of Jocelyn Cabaret. So if you haven't, please watch a review of those, because she just did season 2, episode 1 on it. All right. Married at First Sight, Unmatchables. I actually saw the first episode today. So we'll talk about that a little bit when we talk about Married at First Sight. Catfish is coming back on Tuesday, May 4th. It's like next week or the following week. Yeah, I think it's next week. So MTV Catfish coming back, y'all. And it's still going to be the quarantine edition. So, yes, thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the videos. And it's coming back. So, yes, I'm looking forward to the Catfish videos again, y'all. Pose. I think next Sunday as well. Pose is coming back. This will be the last season on FX. So, ready for that. Looking forward to that, y'all. What else? Run the World is a new series starting on Stars, and it will be on May 16th. It's like a group of females who basically it's like the standard formula. Females finding themselves in the world and love, relationships, and happiness, and they. And it's just in the name of the title, Run the World, because sometimes women run the world, right? Sure, they have it. So be at the top, be the best. So I'm looking forward to it. It looked interesting. The trailer was nice. So I said, I'll give it a try. I'm not sure if I'm going to review it, but I'll probably just watch it and probably talk about it on a live every now and then. Just like that. But I will review Pose. I will review MTV Catfish. Potomac, yes. This season will be great. the last season. I didn't like the last season. Y'all already know how I feel about season 5, but season 6 is coming back this summer. And I don't know if y'all seen it, but they had a slow little 11-second clip of the season. And then that's what Cameron said, that Giselle box is hot, basically, and not in a good way. That's what she implying. I said, oh, it goes to that low. Y'all go to that part. Here go at Tracy, y'all. Hey.
Hey.
How you
I'm
doing?
so sorry. I'm driving.
It's
Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. Oh, make sure you're safe. You home now, right?
I am probably about 10 minutes from home. So, but I'm safe. I'm hands-free, all hooked up, good to go. Sorry.
Okay. It's all right. So if y'all seen that 11-second clips that was on Potomac, that Giselle and Cameron is going at it, they don't like each other right now. And Cameron basically told Giselle that her box is hot, not in a good way. So I was like, oh. And then Wendy's back, Ashley's there, and everything. It was, I don't know if Candace was at the scene or not, or that new girl. So they just showed those people. And Robin was there too. So I don't know if it was Robin, Giselle, Ashley, and Cameron by themselves, and Wendy. But that's weird that they don't have all the cast members with some shade like that was thrown. But I was like, oh. So we talk about STDs now. I said that y'all going low, man. Oh shoot. And I also heard some rumor about the new girl that Ashley's bringing in as a friend. They gonna go at it. I don't know how. I was like, oh, I thought she was supposed to be an ally. I ain't supposed to be enemies. What's going on here? So that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true now. So maybe we'll get more updates when they get close to the summertime of any spills. Legendary is coming back on HBO Max. Ooh, in May. Season 2, May 6th. So watch that. Oh, and the Mortal Kombat movie. I ain't see it yet, but I will see it probably today or tomorrow. That movie. Did you see it yet?
I did.
Okay. How you like it?
It was worth it. I love Mortal Kombat though, because it reminds me kind of like, it's nostalgic. Because I used to like the video game. So
yes,
I liked it.
And I say it will be a couple parts too. So it's just like the beginning of 4 parts or something like that. So okay, that's good. All right. So just like basically how it was before, and had movies and Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and another one. So it's gonna be something like that. I was like, all right, I gotta watch it. I got my HBO Max on my computer. I'm gonna watch it later on today. Or probably tomorrow. The Circle, y'all. I did watch the first 4 episodes, episode 5 through 8. I gotta watch that as well. And next Sunday we'll talk about that. We'll talk about The Circle. And I ain't do the pre-recorded version of it because I was like, because I had to get the pictures of the people and all that stuff. And I wait that and do that live. If they have pictures or not, we just gonna talk about these people. P Valley's coming back in October, and Growing Up Hip Hop is in May. We'll talk about that on live. P Valley, I definitely review P Valley, y'all. I ain't get to do season 1, even though I should have done. I said I was gonna do it, but I ain't get to do it because I ain't had stars at the time, and I came late with the stars, and I finally purchased the stars on subscription. And I said the yearly subscription, because I thought stars over than the monthly. I usually do the yearly subscription, not the monthly, because I like that idea. Charge me once a year, and I keep it for the whole year. Let me see. Iyanla Fix My Life. I didn't get to see last night's episode, so I will watch that, and I would do a review on it and prepare it tomorrow before my social corner. Yes. I like CM. Ready to. I can't wait to see the trailer. Seem interesting, so I'll go really watch it. Ready to Love season 4. So we will talk about that. We will talk about Ready to Love today, and we're gonna talk about Married at First Sight, the season 12, the last 2 episodes, because I didn't talk about the last time, and the Unmatchables episode that aired that following. Because when I saw the tape, I said 3 hours. I said, I know they didn't give us no 3 hours in this episode. No, we didn't. 2 hours are bad enough. And they gave us 3 hours? I said, oh no. I said it did include Decision Day, but the last hour of the thing was the Unmatchables. I said, oh, because I totally forgot to record it too. So I thought I missed it, but it came right after the episode. And
you better than me because I didn't watch Unmatchables.
Yeah.
I literally was like, oh wait. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
And deleted it right on like, oh. So I didn't even watch Unmatchables.
Yeah, I watched it. It came right after the episode, and it was part of the recording. So when I saw the 3 hours, I said, "Oh no, I can't." Y'all already know how I feel about this season. This couple is getting my last nerves. It's like I can't wait to Decision Day and just wait to be over with. And I think it should be next week, hopefully. Is Decision Day next week? Oh, this Wednesday. Hopefully, it should be.
Yes.
Decision Day this Wednesday. Okay, good. The way how Jacob left about it there, I said, "Oh, all right, Jacob, you." And Consistent Wives is on Mondays. I gotta catch up because I haven't been watching the last couple episodes. But this past Saturday, they had like bonus episodes. I said, "Damn." All right, y'all. So let's jump. Oh, and the social media topics we will talk about is Ocho Cinco wanted me. It's like Ocho Cinco had a conversation with his daughter, and it was a text, and people talk about it. So we're gonna talk about that. It's like a little debate. Would you agree what he said is standard, something like that? We'll also discuss. Oh, Tracy shared this with me. Diddy's new label and his first artist that he signed, and the last thing we're gonna talk about is the Real Housewives in Atlanta coming maybe next season cast update. If they contemplate probably bringing Phaedra back and probably Sheree. So y'all like that idea? Y'all agree with that? All that stuff, and Candy might be leaving if she do or not, but I'll just ask y'all decisions or ask y'all feedback on what y'all feel about that. Let me see.
I mean, I know we asked for a cash shakeup, but is this the cash shakeup that we wanted?
That's how I say. I don't know how I feel about Phaedra coming back. I know people like Phaedra. One of my friends I talked to, we talk about a lot of reality TV shows, and he was telling me that he liked Phaedra and he want to come back and everything. People make mistakes. I was like, okay, yeah, people can make mistakes, but not to the degree that she did. But if she could redeem herself, I ain't gonna be hateful. I said if she could redeem herself, if she be her real true self and be honest and open and really feel sorry for what she did or something like that. Or I know people want to sit down with Candy and Phaedra to happen for the ratings and for the show. It will make good ratings so people say, "Oh my gosh, it's anticipating for them to talk." I don't know. I don't really care for that, but people probably will, and I probably understand in a TV standpoint that it will be good for their ratings. But me personally,
absolutely,
I would have filmed with her, know that she did that. She said that to me, but I do understand in a production standpoint, it will be great for their money.
Mm-hmm.
Portia, I will watch it if it happened. This isn't a cash shaker. Just to call it, this is a disturbance, not a cash shaker. And Phaedra versus Portia, I will watch if that happened. Phaedra or Portia? Oh yeah, because they had a falling out. No, they didn't. Oh well, Portia put all that blame on Phaedra about that whole thing, even though she was part of it as well. That's why I feel like both of them should have been off the show, if you ask me. But people love Portia, so that ain't gonna happen. All right. And I will ask y'all who y'all feel like y'all should come back next season. And Sheree always on and off this girl. I was like, girl, she be on for a few seasons, they leave, then leave for a couple seasons, they come back, leave, come back. I said, Sheree, can you just be consistent? Stay on the show, leave the show. What's this? But hey, this new time owner's out, so maybe that would be interesting for people who want to see her life with her. All right. I don't know if y'all interested in seeing that life story, but she keeps mentioning about him, so hopefully we get to see some updates on him. on television and her life story with Tyrone. All right, let me stop sharing this. Okay. And then we go to Ready to Love. All right. So we all gonna talk about last week's episode and this week's episode of Ready to Love. And I watched both of them. Well, yeah, I watched both of them today. And it was good. It was good. And I do agree, this kind of format they have is good. So that's why people say the first two seasons was great, because the last season was horrible. And I said if they was gonna go back to the result, they, like we said in our review, they had to change up a little bit. But I like this style because it's like their everyday life. They do it on dates. It's their own time. It's real time. And it's just, the only thing about it is that it's recorded. The first two episodes are it will be good for the people will get bored with them because they were already bored with them in the first place. I hear that. Yeah, I mean, I can agree. I mean, because some of the people are getting boring. So like that. But then again, people say Candy's boring. Candy is boring. Candy show her real true self. So I'd rather deal with that than be with somebody who just put on a front on television and don't show real self. But I can understand the ratings will be great. So I was like, if they bring Phaedra back, hey, it is what it is. I ain't gonna be hating on it. Hey, bro, what's up?
See, I feel differently.
Yeah, so I don't want her back. I don't want her back. But I do understand how people may feel that bring her back. So, Trace, I will get your input because I know you watch Atlanta a lot more. I used to watch Atlanta a lot, but the last couple seasons, it's got boring. So I want to hear who you feel like should come back or not, and how you feel about Phaedra and Sheree. But what you were saying?
You know what? I feel differently. I feel like at this point, I need them to either gut it all and just start over with new people, or if we're going to do this like Sheree coming back, okay, fine, Tyrone, cool. We'll get to see, your life now with him. Okay, fine. I can give Sheree that because it's like a blast from the past. Okay, whatever. When it comes to the Phaedra, Portia, Candy situation, I've always looked at it from the aspect of, if Phaedra was the one who allegedly heard the information from somewhere or made it up in her head, either one. If it started with her and it impacted someone else, I can't blame Portia as hardly because it wasn't like she started the rumor or came up with it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Someone else told it to her. So I put more blame on Phaedra than I put on Portia, because the root of where it came from was Phaedra. Where a lot of people feel like, oh, what Portia brought to the show. I'm like, hold on now. If that's the context that we're using, then everyone needs to hold all of the ladies' feet to the fire, because all of them do that. Drew just did it. Kenya just did it. All of them do that, where they have these conversations outside of filming, bring it to the show, and then we're all trying to figure out, well, wait, I don't remember seeing this scene. And it's because it didn't happen on the show. It happened, outside of filming. So if we're going to use the context that you shouldn't bring something that happens outside of filming onto filming, then all the ladies need to be held accountable. I don't think Portia, Candy, and Phaedra will ever have a real, true conversation about that situation. I don't think they ever will.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a waste of time, of production's time, trying to make us think that they will, because we all truly know Candy has made it very clear how she feels about it. You know, although she's, you know, she doesn't blame Portia as harshly as she blames Phaedra, but she has made it very clear that she's never going to be over this situation and what happened. So she is never going to have this conversation with her. So I'm gonna need production to stop trying to fake us into a storyline to get us to watch. Because we all know it's not gonna happen. Like this whole Bolo thing, I was like, I'm so tired of them dragging this out. And I feel like that is what they're going to do with this situation. They're going to drag out this conversation that's never really going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's just terrible. So to me, I don't want to see it because I know it'll truly never happen. And if it does truly happen, Kandi is going to put on her best representative because I am a business owner, a businesswoman, and I need to make sure that my brand comes out untouchable. So I'm not going to say what I truly feel or think. I'm going to say, I'm still going to be angry, but I'm always going to be politically correct with what I say so that, you know, it doesn't tarnish my brand too much. So I just feel like this is one of those production planted ideas or storylines to get people to watch next season. That's just me. I don't see it.
Yeah, I hear that. I don't see it either, but I was like, listen, they want to do that. I know people will tune in, but they need to do it. So since we on Real Housewives of Atlanta, maybe just continue to talk about. So who do you want to see come back? Chat and Tracy. Like, if they do a recast, shaping, I think usually 6 or 7 ladies. Who do y'all think will be the 7 ladies? Do y'all want Drew back? Do you want Latoya back? Or who was in the current cast to stay? Who could go? Who do y'all want to come back? Or any new ladies like that? Y'all thoughts?
Okay. So I'll say this. I will dump. No, not dump. I will demote Cynthia to a friend of the show.
Okay.
Demote Cynthia to friend of the show. I would keep Drew. I mean, Latoya already a friend of the show, and she does the most for the least. So I guess she can keep her spot as friend of the show. Then I would either, because we need an antagonist, but I would bring Claudia Jordan back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would bring Claudia back because she has so much going on right now between the multiple TV shows on Fox Soul and everything else. So she has a lot kind of going on, even if it's not in her personal life. In her business life, she has a bunch of stuff going on. And then I'm of the mindset that if Kenya and Portia cannot truly squash their beef, then I can lose both of them and get 2 new ladies. Because I am tired of that storyline from umpteen, years ago, just continuously dragging on. Like, I need some sort of faith, some sort of evolution. And not to be funny, Kenya never gives us her real story. Like, I would have loved to see what was really going on between her and Mark, but we weren't going to get it. Like, we weren't going to get it. So if you can't be honest and upfront with what you truly have going on, maybe either you could be demoted to friend of the show. Because, I mean, if you're not going to give your full and honest life, then maybe that needs to be put out there to get you to either step it up and give us your full and honest life, or, between you and Latoya, that's enough antagonist as friend of the show to kind of keep the cast moving. But I would like to see some new ladies that, let's say, are, because like Tyler Perry's in Atlanta, so he has like a big production team of Black, strong women who I would like to see what that looks like. Like, I want to go back to seeing the life that I wish I could live, or that I can aspire to live. I mean, not to be funny, but I mean, shoot, Drew got a tax lien. I think I can get a $30,000 tax lien too. she thinks, you know, like money goes a lot further in Atlanta than it does in New York. But I do feel like I want to see some either old money, like old, rich, I have nothing better to do with my life, so why not go on Housewives money? Or I want to see strong, successful, I have money, but I'm still working for my money, and this is how I got it, and this is how I get it kind of money.
Yeah.
Okay. But I need something. I need something more than just this. We're going to argue about the same thing we've been arguing about for the last 5 years.
For real, right?
I'm tired of that.
That's what I'm saying. For real. Now, I didn't watch the season that much, but I didn't watch this Atlanta season at all. Only the first 3 episodes. Why do people don't really like Drew like that? What's the point about Drew? Because I see a lot of say, take Drew off our show, take Drew off the show. Why people don't like her?
You know what? We started out really liking Drew because she was authentic in her marital issues. She was authentic in her relationship and friendship issues. So we liked her from that. But then because her and LaToya kept getting into it, and she wasn't as petty as LaToya. So she wasn't as cutthroat as LaToya is. Yeah. And she was not kind of giving the same energy as LaToya, that she then made up she put 20 on 10 on a situation that did not cause for you to put 20 on 10. And then she over exaggerated a relationship with LaToya and a Prophet to make her seem like, or, you know, the perception is that she was basically like shaming her for sleeping with this Prophet, but not having a problem with the Prophet who was supposedly engaged and had a baby sleeping with LaToya. So she was putting 20 on 10 on a situation that really it wasn't there for it, and made us like the person who we all kind of didn't really like because we felt bad for her.
Yeah.
So Drew just she messed that up for herself. She fumbled her own bag.
So that like hey, she did too much. Right? Okay. Cynthia friend of the show. You said Cynthia friend of the show. Ken should go to friend of the show. Portia, do you think Portia should come back or not? Or Portia to be friend of the show? Oh.
For Portia, it
what happened?
Then sure. She can't. Portia, I guess you've run your course on the show as well, and it's been a great run. But bye.
Well,
like, not to be funny, like she has what, a hair care line, she has a bedding line, she goes on Dish Nation, she has things going on, but you never see any of it. The only thing you see is her fighting with them about something that happened 5 years ago, or her and Dennis fighting. Like, where is the rest of your life?
Where's your life? Yeah.
Where's the rest of it? Oh, you don't want to talk about these things on the show? Then maybe you've had a good 10-year run and it's time for you to leave. Or maybe do guest appearances. Maybe, you leave the show, but you come in, not necessarily as a friend. You know how they have those people who will come in for like an event, like you'll come to someone's party and like, oh, okay, we kind of get a quick little catch up, and then you've gone back to what you was doing kind of deal.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But I could take or leave any of the ladies. I am not so attached to any of them where I'm like, oh my gosh, they just have to stay. No, they got to do better. Like, they have to do better. And production also has to do better, because there is no reason that Bolo storyline should have dragged on for 4 weeks. There's no reason. There's no reason we should have been hearing about Bolo for 4 weeks. Like,
oh shoot. So I will keep up with the news on Atlanta, even though I haven't watched this season. But I won't watch to see what they gonna come out, who's gonna be the cast for next season. And when I find out, y'all sure know. And we will talk about it. All right, so let's get to Ready to Love. All right, and it was, let me see the brand. All right, so we talked about this episode and last week, and it was good. I had enjoyed it. I like this idea. I like this format. But one quick question: how long did it take for them to start really forming the actual person they really want to see to the thing? Like for the first and second season, if you can remember, how many episodes was it, and then how long it took for them to really form the person? And I was like, now this is the beginning phase. They go dating and everything. It's too early to call people we are number ones yet, but at some point, as they start eliminating a lot of people and it's getting down to the wire, at what point did they start focus on that one person? If you can remember. Mm-hmm.
You know what? It wasn't necessarily just that simple, because sometimes it was the person's personality type. Because on season
you break it down, Tracy. I can hear you, Tracy, but let me see. So I should get it together.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. All right, you said the personality type.
So it depends on the personality type, because it was Shay, and I think his name was like Marcus or Malcolm. I don't remember, but it was season 1. They met the first day, and they had been clicked up since the first day, since the first meeting, the first interaction. They just felt their chemistry. And they tried kind of dating other people, but the whole time you could see like they weren't really interested in dating other people. And they just stopped and just kind of stayed clicked up together, and that was them. So it really just depends on the people, which is what I like. I like that they don't force you to date other people, but they do try and like put it out there. I think Chris got the short end of the stick last season, because although he wanted to potentially date other people, the person that he was really feeling made it very clear that if you go to try and date someone else, we are going to have a problem. And that is an issue. So it was like she pigeonholed him into kind of having to put all of his eggs in her basket, which I think was a little different. Because I do like some of the ladies now who said like, what's her name? Alexis, is that Fly? Alexis Fly. Yes. Mm-hmm. So she said like, I want all of your attention. I want all of your time. But I do understand that in this process, we have to date other people. And, you know, I although I don't like it, I understand it. So I liked her way of thinking about it, where other people, they make it very clear, oh no, it's either me or them, and that's it. So that's just what that is.
All right, yeah. So just gonna talk about each person, whatever, and how that's how we're gonna do it. So let's talk about Ida, because it's the last 2 weeks. She started off the episode saying that she had really liked Ron, and I said I find it surprising why you like Ron so much, because we was like, we seen no interaction with you and Ron like that. So do you really like him? But she didn't want to interrupt to him while he was talking to other people. But she interrupted Stacy twice when she was talking to people. And I said, what's up with that, Ida? Like, what is going on? So I know what Stacy was like. Stacy was classy. But I was like, I know I was looking at her like, good, you don't get out of here. It's like, we get it, but gosh. So, Ida was she was joking a lot, and she was not really connecting. And I don't think she was going deeper that she needs to be. I mean, I don't know how deep you could go with these dates sometimes, but she wasn't giving much. So people couldn't really connect with her. And Deidre was trying with her, and that's who she called Marvin Gaye on the first episode. I thought she called him gay. But I was like, okay, now we got clarification what she really said with Marvin Gaye. And he was trying to get it out of her. He was saying that you using joking and as a defense mechanism, someone cannot get close to you or go deeper. And she said, yeah. And the fact that she was so surprised because it was a brunch, and at the end of the brunch, one of the ladies got to go, and it was a surprise to her that she was picked to go. She said, "Don't ask me. Ask the people over there who voted me off to get off the show. Nah, I ain't like that. I don't like that. Don't be hugging me. What you hugging me for? Get off of me." I was like, Ida. She said, "They ain't no nice to meet you. You want me off the show? You gonna say nice to meet you?" I was like, "Oh, Ida." That was funny though, because she was really pissed off that she got voted off. But that's and Ida. How you feel about her?
At first I wondered if Ida was like socially awkward, so she was uncomfortable talking to people one-on-one. So she was like, "Oh, I feel more comfortable if it's a group of us, because you kind of blend in and let your personality shine." And I was like, "No, that's not quite it, because that's not working. She doesn't do well in group settings." I think Ida is used to being the pretty girl who she's used to men chasing her and her not needing to chase men. So she doesn't know how to strike up an actual deep conversation with someone who isn't approaching her. Like, I think like even when Dietrich was talking to her and he was like, "No, I don't want you to joke. Like, I want this." You could see she started to like, "Oh, okay," because he was pursuing her in that avenue of getting her to open up and getting her to talk and getting her to do a little more.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But when she got all upset when they kicked her off, I was like, "Honey, I don't know what you're mad for. We all saw that coming." Joe had an attitude. I was like, "Girl."
Yeah, she clearly was. I was laughing. I said, "Oh, Ida was pissed." She said, "Don't be hugging me." I said, I was like, "Oh, wow." And then she gave the hug.
You lucky, because I thought she was going home the first night. Like, I thought she was going home during the meet and greet night. Like, I thought she was going home then. So, be lucky you made it to brunch, sweetie.
For real, that's what I'm saying. She should have went home, but it was two men that went home that time. Because I was like, oh, if it was a woman and a female, I think she would have, a man and a female, she probably would have went home already. We didn't see much of Chrysanthemum throughout the episode. We saw her the recent one, but we didn't see her at the brunch. Her and Ron. So I was like, what's up with that? But finally, they had a date together. I said, maybe she was talking all so much time with Ron on the time, and they didn't film that conversation because we didn't know she was really interested in him, or he was interested in her, because we didn't even see them in the brunch. So Chrysanthemum and Ron went on a date. Let me show who he is. It's like that. I put their names there so y'all know who they are. Ron right here. And we find out they both are kind of traditionalists. He is more so vocal about it because he told Andrea last time, like, if you gonna have kids, you need to quit your job and stay home and take care of the kid, the children. And that's what we said. Oh, okay, Ron, we see what you're saying. Sorry. And she didn't like that so much. But Chrysanthemum was saying that, oh, yes, I just want a man to love and be there and do everything. I need the man. I want to be want the opportunity to need them. I said, that's too deep to say you gotta need someone. It's like you probably want the love and everything, but the fact that you gotta need someone, that's come to the territory like, okay, I gotta feel that need to desire to please you, which is fine. I mean, everything, but that obsession of the needing that person to take care, and she wants to protect and provide the straight thing. And he said he had no problem doing that. He also want a partner that was there to do things to need him to the point. I was like, okay, yeah, needing. So you want the person to really cater to you, but that's that. And we did find out that he said he was in jail at 18, and he turned his life around and stuff like that. So he want that love with the woman, but he will good pair with a good woman who are traditionalists, just like him. So I guess Chrysanthemum is one of the ladies. So we'll see if he gonna connect with anybody else. But that's that. How you feel about Chrysanthemum and Ron? They date.
They could both go off to live happily ever with each other, and I will be okay with
that. Yes.
You know, I can say this. I don't have a problem with very traditional views if your partner is okay with very traditional views. If you both are on the same wavelength of what you want and how you want your relationship to look, more power to you. Knock yourself out. I mean, clearly she's able to take care of herself if she needs to, because she's doing it now. But she wants to be a kept woman. More power to y'all. I mean, I didn't really like Ryan to begin with, and I didn't like her too much. So yeah, they could go off and live together happily ever after.
Well, let's move on for those. Let me see. All right, Andrea. This girl, she really make enough connection with a lot of people on the show, and because she said maybe she wasn't too assertive enough to the point that she was talking to some people and everything, but she didn't connect with a lot of the guys. So a lot of guys feel like they couldn't connect with her and everything because a lot of them had time to even talk to her. And then once she did have time to talk to someone, she told the Dietrich ear off about the cat. It was Dietrich or somebody else. No, it wasn't Dietrich. I forgot. Yeah, it was one of the men. She talked the ear off about cat. No, it was Dietrich. So about the cats and everything, and the conversation she had recently wasn't really deep enough. I mean, she did went out on a date with Troy, and we'll talk about that. That creep little behind Troy, and I think she liked the Troy advances and everything because she was playing on with it, even though Amber right here, love was Amber because I said Amber, you're a beautiful woman. I was like, man, I like this hairstyle stuff. I said, go ahead. Is she a DA? I said, girl, you better do it. Sure. But Amber was looking at Troy, like, boy, you better get out of here. And then when they talk about the dates and the first dates, yeah, we gonna talk about Troy though. But she looked like she was liking it. But her time was gone because at the end of the dating night, the men had to vote on female off, and it was Andre to get voted off. And David told her he was respectful that it may not be here, but you will find someone who'll be happy ever after, will love you to be you, and that's that. So how do you feel about Andrea?
A part of me wonders if Andrea really liked Troy's advances, or she liked Troy giving her more attention than Amber. She was soaking it up because he was, because to him, he was in the middle of two women, and she was getting more of his attention than Amber was. So was it a stroke to her ego that, oh my gosh, this guy is really, putting it on thick and kissing me and like, oh, of the two of us, he's choosing me. So a part of me wonders if that is a piece of her thing with Troy, because Troy is creepy, and I can't give it to anybody for liking him because he's creepy.
That's how it hit. Oh, we will talk about him, y'all. We will talk about him, but he was doing the most. And they act like he had amnesia, like he wasn't doing that. I was so done when he had that conversation with Alexis, and I'm like, I wasn't doing that. Oh, yes, you were. What that? You just did it, and now you act like you didn't do it. Oh my gosh! I was like, Amber, you good? No, not Amber. Alexis, you good, girl? Because I would have walked out. I said, you just did that to me, and you just gotta act like you didn't do it. 51 years old, don't know that you is not married at this time or whatever, and not in a relationship, and you don't know what the issue is, boy. All right, let me see what else was. Let's go with Amber. Amber had a date with Chris. Y'all know, the one who came back. Chris right here. And interesting conversation. We find out she was adopted and at age of 5, and then she recently reconnected with her biological sister. I think she said sister. Yeah, recently connected with them. And Chris had he said he had a somewhat similar background or little slight similarity, but he said he was a freaking father, 11 children with 9 different women. So yes, he have a big family, and he said he wanted to actually meet a lot of his siblings at one little setting. And I don't know if he met all of them, but he said he likes a woman who's. I think like he likes a woman who's her independence, be herself. He don't want to change her because she mention that she's a DA, so she has more things on her plate than just being an attorney, and she. Or just to be a level attorney, she's that top notch, moving that head decisions, and I was like, okay. And she said she didn't want to share that to a lot of people because people who she shared that with get scared off because I guess she would consume and work a lot, everything. And he had no problem with that. He said, as long as we communicate, we have a good understanding, and we support each other, we good. I said, all right, Chris, you better do it. So hopefully he make more connection with other females too. But it seemed like I like the connection with him and Amber. I just hope he just don't focus too much on Amber and then date other people because he did date, what was it, Kyla? No. Get it right. Yeah, he did. He did date Kyla. They had that cooking class and joint cooking class. And so he is dating other people, but he's making a connection with Amber. So how you feel about Chris and Amber? Tracy, you there?
I love Chris and Amber.
Oh, you love them? Yes.
I love Chris and Amber. Love Chris and Amber.
Yeah.
Like they have a very good, general understanding of each other. When you think of it, like because Chris is like the radio DJ and that radio host, he has that like smooth, seductive voice. So people is like in his DMs trying to hit him up, and then she has, a different type of lifestyle where it's extremely demanding. You know what I mean? She's a DA. She has all these things going on. I think because they both can balance off of each other, so I could see them working out really well. Because when she went on her date with Troy, because when they were doing that thing, she was not feeling Troy, which I completely agree. Which I completely appreciate because I don't like Troy. Yeah. But even then, like you could see a part of her personality wasn't getting to shine through. And it seems like her personality kind of gets to shine when she's with Chris. Yeah. So I like it.
Okay, yes. I like it too. And then she also mentioned how she didn't mind splitting bills like that. It is something that we discussed together. That's what was interesting that she said that because like he likes that. He was like, he don't mind paying the bigger bills and like that. But she said she don't mind splitting. And that's to say, some females don't mind doing that unless it's a discussion between the person and who they with. And that was that. So I said, all right, Amber, you go ahead. And then her hairstyle. So I said, okay, girl. If you can't get it here, somebody go snatch you up. And you're still young enough. So, okay, let me see. All right, Alexis and AJ. I'll remember say AJ is fine. Look at the wall. He's so a chocolatey type of brother. Everything. He's not an ugly dude. It is that his past. So hopefully he changed that and he's not that hoish like he say he was before. And hopefully he's not still a hoe now. But when he did to Kyra, that was messed up. But they patched that up and Kyra forgive him about that. So she's gonna give him another chance. Hopefully he don't come with that energy anymore. But he had a date with Alexis Fly. I mean, okay, the Alexis Fly girl. I mean, I know you try to dress well, but I see other women in the show who dress way better than Alexis to me. But she will call us Alexis Fly. Go ahead, girl. But that's it. They had a candle date. And to me, AJ was given a sexual energy just like Alexis was. And she was feeling off, but Alexis further went on with it and made a lot of sexual energy jokes and innuendos and stuff like that. And he said she was too aggressive. And I don't think she was too aggressive, but yeah, she does love a lot of conversations in sexual way. And she did mention in her casting episode that she said a lot of men see sex on her forehead and then that's the show she wants. But I think because she was a passive wife and then she's not the passive wife anymore, she's just letting loose and everything. But if a lot of men think that you are a sex symbol and you just a sex object, maybe you're coming off as come sex me up type of woman. And it could be off-putting to some men. Even though men are dogs, or they love to sleep around people like that. So you be all putting with a woman who's very free with her sexuality and who's free with her sexual ability, it turn you on. I was like, okay. But I don't want to say she's too aggressive, but she was leading a lot of conversations, even not with just him, with other people with the her hard and thing. It was like, okay, you get it, Alexis. But I'm not disliking her yet. I just don't feel like why he went that far with that aggressive comment, even though he was giving off that energy as well, in my opinion. How you feel about that date between AJ and Alexis?
Alexis is sexually aggressive. She is. There's no. She might be. If I could get it, if she just talked that way with AJ, because she wanted AJ, but she talked that way with Troy. She talked that way with, oh my God, what is that boy name?
She did that.
With everybody that she sat down and had a date with, she has given that same energy to everybody. So that's why I think she's sexually aggressive. If it was just AJ, I'd be like, oh, she's just really feeling him. So, whatever. But no. She clearly said with everybody the same thing.
Yeah, she is. She did. Yeah,
so
maybe.
Listen again. I don't disagree. If you like what you like, you know what you like, and you're willing to. That's great. But I've had a tendency of doing it in my past when I wanted to deflect from having to have a deep conversation about something that made me uncomfortable. It is much easier to have a conversation with a man about sex than it is to have a conversation about something that, makes you emotionally uncomfortable. Yeah. It's a great deflective tactic because that's really what it is. Because what do we really know about her outside of she was married to a pastor, she has a son, she likes shopping, and she's a freak. What else do we really know about her?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she needs
to get we don't know nothing else about her. I could at least give you some sort of topic, like some sort of information about pretty much all of the other women. I can tell you something about them because they've had some sort of deep conversation. But hers have just really seemed to center around sexual flirtation. Yes. Which it might be because she is a pastor's wife. Well, she's a former pastor's wife. So she wasn't able to express that part of herself. So now she's just putting 20 on 10 and overdoing it. Maybe, trying to catch up all the time that she missed. But I don't think it's because she really wants to sleep with all these people or she's really that interested. I think it's a way to deflect from having a deep conversation because I haven't seen her have one yet.
Yeah, that is true. She hasn't really had a deep. So we need to need more of her and the thing. Even when she was talking to Jason, the one she knows, it was different. So we'll see how far it goes. Now, let's see who else. Let's talk about David. Let's talk about him.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So David, right here, y'all. He mentioned of abstinence. Now, whether people's viewpoints of abstinence is fine and everything, I don't believe of abstinence before marriage. I think I need to try it. Like Tressa said, we need to try it before we get married because if we get married and I hold out and the thing, and I was like, woman would be pissed off waiting all this time and then you ain't that good. Especially if we have to do any acts to let me know that you're good in bed. If you do a true abstinence, that means no oral, no thing, nothing like that. Most of them don't even go kissing that much. I mean, kissing. Yeah, they probably do kiss it, but all other stuff, no. So true abstinence, he said he want that for before marriage. And Alicia said, how long before marriage? Like, you talk about single love, this, that, like, when you gonna marry? Because we didn't find out he was married twice before. And then he also mentioned that how he is scared of divorce. Or something like that. He don't want the person leaving him because the last two people left him. So he don't want that when the next person he is. So I think he probably, whoever the next person he chooses, compounding so hard, too much on him about that. So because you say, all right, he really emotional about somebody leaving him. So if I'm trying to do this and this relationship not working, they're gonna feel guilty, try to leave him, and not gonna feel a bad person. So that was like, whoever that person is, it could be Liz or whatever. Because Liz is like, she's okay with David, but he has a spiritual background because he said he grew up with a religious household where girls call his house. The mother would pick up the phone, bless the Lord, so like that. Some kind of spiritual greeting. And he said, Mom, don't answer the phone like that. And then afterward, because he was that, he went to college. Then he dropped the God and spirituality because that was so much, and he was free, and then he got in some trouble, and then he followed your son and got back him in the spiritual ground, and that's that. Now, when he went on a date on Stacy right here, he mentioned about they talk about passwords, and we had a discussion a few weeks ago about sharing passwords or something like that. And he said, we in a marriage, we open to share anything. Instagram, bank statements, all that stuff. So Stacy was kind of like in my approach, it's like, you gotta trust me, transparency. Yeah, I will be truthful and honest, it's like that. But sharing passwords is like that. That's too much. It's like that. Doesn't mean I'm hiding anything. But he felt like if you private, it's equal secrecy. So you should have no secrecy if you're in a relationship, in a marriage, just like that, which is true, no secrets. But you gotta have some privacy. What else was about David that came out? Oh, so yeah, Tresha said, no, I need to try it before we get married. I can't do that. And then when that conversation alone, even though it was kind of funny, it wasn't that funny for you to deem her homegirl right away. And a lot of guys was putting Tressa in the homegirl category. And I don't really see Tressa was really comedic throughout the whole experience. She may say some funny things, but she wasn't funny like that. To say that, alone, it's because y'all probably don't like her body type. That's the only thing y'all was putting her in the homegirl vibe. Or like, because I would say she wasn't really doing much comedian acts, so you would put her in the homegirl. But him and a lot of guys were saying that she was a homegirl vibe. Until Diedrich said, no, I gotta give her a chance. And I said, oh, it's not like Diedrich more. But we'll talk about Diedrich a few. So, and Liz, he had a date with Liz, and they both have similar backgrounds, the spiritual upbringing, and she said she had been in a situationship, just as Liz, but she haven't really had a true, real relationship for 17 years. So she's been in different dates and stuff like that, and she had sex before, but she's choosing the abstinence as well to save for some marriage or so. So they connect in that level. And she's okay with the sharing password, she's okay with David, ideology of marriage and stuff. And she connected. So how do you feel about David and his dates with Stacy and Liz and him overall?
Okay, so for me, I don't see sharing passwords as a big. I don't see passwords as a big deal. It's not one of those deal breakers where I'm like, oh my God, I just can't. Because not to be funny, if you're married, y'all file joint taxes. The most secret thing that you have on this earth is your social security number. That is the most private thing that you have. So if you trust this person with your social security number, why would you not trust them with your password to your website? Like, just that's just as basic as I think about it. Like, we're married, we file joint taxes, we get each other's social security number. Like, that's, you can't file them without them. Like, it's right there on the line. So it's like, if I can give you the most supposedly, the most secret piece of information about me, because you can change your internet password. You can change your Instagram password. You can change it. You can't change your social. Like, that's yours for life. So to me, I don't feel like they're it's such a deal breaker, or it's as important. I do think that there was a better way for both of them to have that conversation, because in the case of Stacey, she did try and get him to understand there's a difference between transparency and privacy. Like, there is a difference. Some things don't need to be completely shared and just out there, which, yes, I definitely agree with. But just because you have someone's password doesn't mean you're going to use it. Or is it the knowing that you trust me enough to give it to me, showing me that you have nothing to hide? Because you have nothing to hide. If you'll just fork something over, you have nothing to hide. So I don't know if for him, is it one of those, I'm testing you to see if you really are open and honest with me, or would you go through someone's Instagram? So I feel like had she asked more questions, I could have made a better decision about his frame of mind around it.
And stuff like that. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Because it's different. Like, Mizzle, if I'm like, oh, give me a password. Oh, do you trust me enough to have it? Like, you could give it to me, but then you could change it. I mean, what is stopping you from, just because you tell me what it is, what's stopping you from changing it?
That's true. You change it. Sure.
Absolutely nothing. So I wonder if he uses it as a test of trust. Like, I'm going to test you to see if you trust me. If you'll give me this, then clearly you must trust me. Although you don't, I'm not going to use it. I want to see if you trust me. Which I guess is one way of testing someone's trust in you. But I do think that it's not that he isn't doing it with, that he's doing it with malintent. He's hurt from past issues that he hasn't dealt with. Yeah. So he's using this to say, oh, well, this person did this and they wouldn't let me see their phone. So now I need to see these things to know that I can trust you, which to me is not right. Because you can't bring old information into new relationships. Yeah. But I don't see sharing passwords as something where I'm just like, that's just an automatic deal breaker or a red flag, because I could clearly just change it. Like, I'll just and be done with it. So, again, I think that David needs a little more confidence within himself. And I think maybe because he was, she left him and things like that, it took some of his confidence away to be like, oh no, I'm that guy. I'm good. Like, he needs a lot more emotional nurturing, more emotional reassurance. I'm not leaving. I'm not going to go anywhere. Here's my information. I'm completely open with you. I'm not going anywhere, which makes me think that he is going to emotionally drain someone. Like, he will be emotionally draining because he's holding on to past trauma and bringing it into the new relationship.
And it's not his pause when he speaks. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I don't think it's malicious as Stacey made it sound. Yeah. Like, you can't have no privacy and I want all the information. I don't think it's that bad, but I do think it's one of those, to know that you really trust me and you love me and you'll tell me this information kind of deal. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I agree. I understand. Yeah. It's not really a big deal. Just deal breaker there. She did make it seem like it was more bad than what it is. But like you said, it wasn't too deep. So we understand exactly what he wants when using these passwords and stuff like that. It's all about the intent. Yeah. So you could share, but what's the intent of using it? Are you gonna creep on my profile to see what it is, change things, do things? Now, when you're doing all that, then that's too much. All right, who else? Oh, okay. Let's do Joelle before we talk. Joelle.
Oh yeah.
Joel is a nice guy. I see him making a long way. It's like he's very respectful, and he's not a bad dude. He just had a bad experience. His wife dying of cancer, so it's kind of hurt him a little bit, and it's changed him to the not to a bad, not for better or worse. It's not that it just changed him, but you could tell he really wants that with the other to be one of the relationship complete. And good guy. He had a date with Venetia, was in a house, and he expressed that he loved talking about his kids. He wants that significant other. He wants that connection. He does have swagger, even though he try and play it off that he does it. He said, "I don't got no swag," and something like that. And Bonnie said that's the New Orleans people. They does that. They try to play it off. They don't have it, but they do actually have it. So it's like, okay, Joel, we'll see you. But he also considered it because when he went on that joint date with David and Troy, he wanted to talk to Liz as well and get connection with her. But he did check in with Venetia to see how she's doing. It's like, are you okay? Everything. I want to make sure that if me talking to Liz, it's not gonna be an issue, stuff like that. And it seemed like Venetia is a secure woman to know that she will make an issue out of it. But we'll see how that goes. How Joel will play it off with dating Liz and her in the future. And if it is, or he will focus on his connection with Venetia. With Liz, it seems like Liz is gravitating towards David. So we'll see if that could be something going on. And what else? What else is Joe? Other than that, Joe is a good guy. How you feel about Joel? Tracy there?
Love his accent.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Love the whole New Orleans, the baby. Oh, loved it.
And he's tall too, right? Because
yes, he is tall.
Yeah,
that too. But I like the fact that he was the only guy to take the women to his house and do something with them in an actual intimate setting to get to know them, which was what they were supposed to do. Because Tommy said, go to each other's homes, get to know each other on a deeper level. So I do like that he is taking this seriously and not just, oh, I don't know you like that, I ain't bringing you to my house. Like, oh.
Yeah, right.
So I do like that piece about him, because he does definitely seem to be taking this experiment very seriously to try and find, the one for him, which I think great. Yeah. I think what does make me a little nervous is, has he healed from the loss of his first wife?
Yeah. That's what we need to know.
Like, has he healed from it?
Yeah, I want to know that too. And how much did it change him? I mean, I don't think he's a bad guy, so we'll see what emotional stuff he was baggage he's bringing up with that. But it seems like he is ready to love. It's just that we need to know how much did affect her. So hopefully, when he get deeper with Venetia or Liz, we find out more about him and his past. He's moving on. And I also found out Joel helped with the move, and it was good that he did that because Joseph said, I didn't expect him to do that. He said, "No, I'm gonna come and help you and everything," and he started crying and he's emotional. I said, "I like a guy who express their emotions. Like, I'm not a big crier, but I'm not someone who say that men can't cry. It's like that. When I get emotional, I could let it out and I don't care. So like that. But that him to be very appreciative of someone who mind his helpfulness and selfishness of selflessness of helping him move, even though they just met, it was cool. And he said, yeah, it's not just about love, it's about brotherhood too. Like, we could support each other, and having that strong brotherhood could make them better men. I mean, especially if they're good men you have in your circle, and not just dogs who trying to keep your doggy ways a secret.
Absolutely.
what I'm saying. So if they had that good foundation, that would be great for their growth. So I like that. I like that. Diedrich, and then we're gonna talk about Troy. I say him last for a reason. Who else? Who else? I think everybody else is there. Kyrie went on a date with Jason, and that was cute. Did they mention about something about depression? What I would say, oh, I mean, it's life. I mean, it's heavy, but I guess it came out. It's like that because he said it was pointed out saying that how he start things and sometimes he finish it to the end, or sometimes it doesn't go all the way to the end. And I think one thing he talked about depression. I think he's in counseling for it, and I think Kyrie mentioned about depression, and that she probably was battling doing that herself at point. So it was a good conversation for them to dive into, even though it was a heavy one, but it was much needed because it made them closer. So I like that conversation. It was a nice conversation between those two. And at Kyrie go give AJ another chance. I mean, she busting his balls a little bit about that date, but she said, "Let's see how it is. It's a do-over. Let's see how he works now and how he moves now, and I will judge him based on what he's doing now, not in the past." But she still had that in mind, but she forgave him and is moving on forward with that. And
but should she really give him another chance?
I would. I would be the hardcore. I would just, I don't know. Because the way if he would have been so honest and simple to say, listen, my car declined, everything, and she, like she said, she would have been okay with it. But the fact that you say you need to change your traditional values, that's messed up. So it makes me believe that if something comes awry in a relationship, you gonna automatically blame her again. And I don't know. So I would have forgave him so quickly like that. I don't know. Maybe the show she would have had that nice act. It's okay, girl. You still hold a grudge about it. We'll be okay with it. But
yeah, I don't know if it's that I wouldn't forgive him. It's that I wouldn't see myself pursuing a relationship with him.
Yeah.
Like, I know who you are, and you're just not it for me. But someone else you may work out well for. So, but and this is gonna sound so bad. I don't see her working out well with anyone.
Oh, really?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. When I look at the caliber of men, I don't see her. Mm-hmm. You know, when I look at the guys, I'm like, oh, I could see. Like, I don't see where her and anyone would really vibe.
When she fits in, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. Yeah. I can see her opting to leave the show on her own because she's not finding the match that she's looking for.
Yeah. Based on the matches that's left, yeah. Some of them have strong connection with other people besides her, so yeah, more than her. So yeah, I do understand. Yeah, I kind of agree. Kyrie's a nice girl, but yeah, I do agree that some of the connections are stronger with the other ladies, with the men, than her. So we'll see. She got to make a strong impact so we can see that they're gonna choose her. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay. Diedrich, right here. He surprised me, even though he got that strong desire to have a son. That's still looming around. I don't know when he's gonna bring that up, but I don't think he seemed like a bad guy as much. Like, we will see how it is, but he doesn't seem that what I thought he could be. He doesn't. He surprised me because he's very considerate and everything, trying to know deeper of the ladies and get a deeper connection and stuff like that. Now, when he had that date, let me see who had the date with. I think he had that. Well, Alexis. That was a cooking class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had the cooking class, yeah. And yeah, she was doing that sexual stuff like that. So I gotta agree. Yeah, she was put a little much. But that was a competition between Lexus and Stacy going back and forth. Who gonna cook better? Who'll do this? And Stacy, and the one thing about Stacy, she listens well. She knows that AJ is allergic to pork. So she's like, oh, we're gonna have kosher here. I said, okay, you listening, girl? Deidre reminded me of a guy who went viral a while ago. Ooh, who you mind him of? Who went viral a while ago? Diedrich. Yeah, so when he had a conversation with Tresha, and Tresha asked him, "Do you consider me attractive? Like not attractive? Do you like my type of woman, BBW?" And he said, "I'm used to be attracted to BBW, but I'm not anymore, and I'm more into a slimmer woman." So I was like, "Oh, everything." So Tresha came over to him, and I guess at the cooking class, and fed him something. And he said he likes Tresha's personality, her vibe, and she's good and all stuff like that. So Tresha was like, it could be a positive or negative, because sometimes when guys always say your vibe, your personality, your personality, they usually don't want them romantically, and they just say that's that. And especially as a big woman, that's how she maybe people don't consider her. That's why she asked that question. Because we were just on that, and it's not my looks. If I was a slimming woman and I had that same thing, you was considering me? Like, so is it, what is that? And he said, I want to date her. I want to date her. And he said Tresha was on his top, and he want to date her and see, go forward, everything. And maybe we consider his closed office of closing out his mind of dating BBW. And I said, okay, all right, Diedrich. We'll see. We'll see how this goes with him and Tresha. Because at the thing, when it came to Andrea and Tresha, they was the bottom two ladies at that week. And Andrea got sent home, and they gave Tresha another chance. Because a lot of guys say, we want to give another chance to Tresha and get to know her more. Because she does have a good vibe. A lot of the guys were saying that they like her personality, they like her vibe, they like all this, but they don't see her themselves with her romantically. And I say, why? If the personality, if she connects well with all of y'all and y'all cool with her and all that stuff, it's because she's a bigger woman. Because a lot of them does say they like slimmer women. So it's because she's a bigger woman. That's you won't consider romantically or not. So I just want to know exactly they think. Is it because of that she's a bigger woman, or you just don't see a romantic relationship with her? And most guys does do physical, like she said. So she just want to know, is this like genuine? All right, Tracy, let's see. She got Tracy coming in. Chat, have y'all even seen Ready to Love? Who y'all liking, who y'all not liking, everything. Let's see. Tracy's not connecting, so she's going to be connected soon. All right. So she get ready to connect, and we're going to talk about Troy now. And when she connects, she give her opinions about Dietrich and Troy. All right. So Troy, this is a creep god. Creep Squad. Shout out to Rock saying before it's Rock with our little symbol. Creep Squad, because he's definitely a creep. This guy said he has a signature move that he kisses females on the cheek and everything. And he also like going on vacation dates, because he's telling Alexis and telling all the females, oh, your birthday day, I'm going to take you out. Let's travel. Let's go on a destination trip. Let's travel. Because he did mention that a lot, that, oh, he likes to take females to trips and stuff like that. And I said, what is exception to going on trips? Because I said, I know why. That's what you're bachelor for all this long time. You like to go on trips because it's not a serious thing. Vacation brings people a mindset of having fun. And that's all he wants, to have fun, maybe have sex and everything. They call it a day and not think nothing of it. And when they come back from the vacation, and that's it, and move on to the next lady. So you making so much money that you go on trips and trips and trips and trips and trips. How much deep connections all you have with the females? For you to be 51, I like CM. I like them, but I'm still not attracted to them. I hear that. And so he does that. So a couple times he was telling Alexis that she's his top, and then he was telling all the ladies, oh, you're my top, you my this. It's like you playing the game, boy, and you know these females talking. For you to sit here, tell this lady, Alexis, that she's the top, and then you tell Emma she's the top, and then you tell another one, oh, you're my type girl, you like this, or this like that. I was saying, oh, come on, Troy. And then you are freaking hugging these ladies and kissing them. Thing, and he's saying on his confessions like, "Oh, they didn't flinch when I'm doing that, so it's okay." I said, "Nuh-uh, nuh-uh." See, that's like saying that because the female didn't say no, it's okay for you to go forward her, and then you sexual assault the lady, and then you didn't realize you didn't sexual assault her. No, it's the same thing. I don't have to say no if I'm not liking it, and I don't have to flinch it for you to say what's going on. Why are you kissing me? It's uncomfortable. You don't do that to every female, and then half of the ladies you kissing up. Oh, come on now. So when he sat down with Alexis and had a date, Alexis was saying, "Are you playing games or this is that?" Because you spitting the same line to every female on this trip, on this show. Say you gonna take me out of the trip and take me out on a birthday thing, and then you kissing cheek, kissing the forehead constantly, and to every half of the cast of the ladies, and you think that's okay. And then when she confronted him about that, he was like, "Oh, I didn't do that. I didn't do it. I don't kiss it like that." No, it's not like that. And I'm saying, you don't think this lady is not comfortable you kissing them like that? Just first of all, they just met you. They don't know you like that for you even doing that. I was like, boy, you can hug, but they're kissing everyone and he trying on a dating show like that on the app. Come on. Long story short, he got eliminated. I said, good. Eliminate his dumb behind because you 51 years old on the show, say you ready to love, and trying to act like you. And then he got this make the facial questions, say he's like he creepy. Now he making that weird face. I said, boy, looked like he's a secret stalkerish kind of looks that he was having. Did you guys notice that on the episodes? It's like he was like, it's like a guy who just got his first candy for the female and he gonna try to take it at all costs. I said, oh, that's not good. You can't do that. Let me see. Hold on, let me just share the link to Tracy again. Sorry, y'all. You know what I mean? So how y'all feel about Troy? Because he was doing way too much. Yeah, it seemed like a stalkerish type of person. Yes. It seemed like that, like he was looking, or even this picture right here looked like he's up to something, up to no good. You cannot convince me that he thought that it was okay that he could kiss every female on the cheek every time he see them. All the time. Especially the first time you go on dates with them. And doing it to all the ladies and don't think they go talk to each other about that. You can't do that. Especially you go trying to for love. So you know that was off-putting. And even the guys in a meeting, that's why I was like, some of them was like, they checking on him and said, God, boy, you can't do that. Like, what is wrong with this fool? And thought it was okay for him to do that. I was like, ciao. Ooh. Yes, Renee, it's a no for Troy. It definitely is a no for him. And I don't know what's going on with him, but I ain't like that. He said, and it is funny that he sat there, and I was watching this episode when he in the scene with Alexis. He just kissed her on the forehead, and she confronted him about that. He said, "No, I ain't do that." I said, "Oh, we gonna act like you have amnesia now? You gonna have amnesia right now, Troy? You just did that, and you gonna say you haven't done that? That's not your style. You didn't do that when you just did it 5 seconds ago. So you got amnesia 5 seconds ago, or like a minute. I'm exaggerating. It probably a minute ago. So what? It was still close enough that he could still remember that he just did that. The fact that he didn't do that, I was like, ciao. So they let him go. They let him go. He's eliminated, and he hoping that there's a lady out there for him. I said, okay, whatever. You be out there. You can go ahead. Zach Tracy. You there? He seemed the type that's a playboy in one night stand. Yes, he is the type. He is that type. The fact that he keeps saying he liked to go on a vacation with his ladies and kept taking them out and everything. I say, yes, we know why you're doing that. Because when you go on vacation, it puts you on the mindset of having fun. You don't go on vacation or go on trips to talk serious stuff. You don't do that. So that's why I was like, yes. And for 51 years old, the net you realize that it's not like you're 31. So that's like, okay, he still got some growing up to do. But you're 51 and you had this mentality like this is okay. Okay, and you put yourself on national television doing that. So what female go want to be with you after you express yourself like that? It could be a female out there who likes that. But I don't like that. And anybody who's seeing that should not like that either. Yeah. You good, Tracy? Yeah. Yes, Auntie Mama. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much for him. So they let him go. And who else? That's it. He was the only guy to let go. So I'll say y'all, next week the power is back on the man got the power next week. So this week they eliminated Troy because his creepers behind. And I said, oh. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I did Tracy have a camera difficulty. Yes, CM. Great with you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. You know what I use? I use Canva. Transfer everything all that stuff. I said, all right. Because I can every week was new screenshots. I said, no, I'm gonna do a one little thing, have the names, and it's gonna be the pictures I'll use every time we talk about the show throughout the whole season. Because trying to do duplicate pictures, that's too much. I don't got the time for all that. So let me do one standard thing and have it here. So yes, I do agree. He made it further than that because he should have got eliminated the 51st episode. I'm upset they eliminated Christian. They should have gave him a chance. Maybe Khalil could still go, but Christian eliminated him. Yes, yeah, we gotta do it. We're gonna have a little private session. I'll show you. Yes, everything, and he should have got eliminated because the fact that he was doing all that, and we still can't have a conversation because every game he was splitting was the same thing. You like going on trips? You like this? That? I said, what deep connection we have when we don't know nothing about him besides him saying all that. So I rather eliminated Troy and kept Christian because I stated that mingle type, not everyone is comfortable. Not everyone will be assertive enough in that type of setting. Some people are good, better, figure you out, see you out. And I don't think Christian was that bad. It's like they just want that aggressive man. Do you get that type of man like him? And now you're repulsed by it? I said, no. Give other men a chance. So I rather him should have went home than Christian. But I thought he should have been gone. Yes, me too. He should have been. But they eliminated him though. So yeah, right now, Tracy, I did have webcam. I think a micro webcam is not going good. All right, so that was that. Any last thoughts on Ready to Love? And when she finally get on, I'm gonna get her last inputs on Troy and Dietrich. And then we're gonna move on to Married at First Sight until she come back on. Because I think our camera's not working. All right. Let's jump ship to Married at First Sight. Any last thoughts on Ready to Love, y'all? On these people? Who y'all liking, who you're not liking? It's like that. But Ready to Love comes on Fridays on OWN Network around 8 or 9 o'clock. So catch it. It's good. I like this format. everything. I like that they have their everyday lives and they meet each other and going on dates and going in homes. It's like that, and mingle, and they all in the same area, city, and everything. So it's easy for them to connect and go to different locations, candle shopping and cooking classes and like that. So that's a good date. You don't have to spend a lot of money to go on nice, meaningful dates, and you can have conversations. I like type of dates like that. So all right, y'all. Are you ready, Trace? I'm ready for your input. Dietrich and Troy. All right, let's go Married First Sight. Let's go here. Married First Sight, y'all. I'm ready for decision day. I'm ready for decision day. I am tired of watching these 2 hours episodes and they give me dry, boring stuff. Talk about the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I said, it's right now y'all just beating that horse, and I'm tired of it. And you know, the last 2 episodes we did not get Chris or Paige at all. We didn't see them, and I said, good. It's hallelujah. We didn't see them, so I guess we wait until decision day and see what she say. I guess people saying that she may say yes. I said I'm not surprised if she say yes or no, or whatever. I will roll my eyes very deeply, and if I'm not surprised, I shouldn't roll my eyes. I will roll my eyes if she even say yes on decision day. I would give a mean eye roll, and I'll probably go on Instagram live and talk about it. Like, yes, that's the hour I would give her if she said yes on decision day. I said, well, we need to see you on our TV screen anymore. We don't need to see you. And I don't want to see him either. So she better have found that 2 weeks that we didn't see her film. She better find her dignity. Because if she does come to that freaking decision day and say she's to go say yes, I said, get off my TV screen. I would probably turn that TV screen off. They probably would save her for last for that dumb, foolish answer she's going to give us. Like I said, but I won't be surprised because every time she sees this guy, she just can't let go. Even though he did her wrong so many times. All right, so let's do couple by couple, y'all. Oops, these are my notes. Eric in Virginia. How y'all feel about Eric in Virginia, y'all? Eric, Virginia. Yes. That's also seeing Renee. Yes, you can only hope that she won't say that. But Lord knows, people saying that she looked like she might say it. I say if she does say it, I would just give up. I would probably curse her out. In my room, I would call her all kinds of something in my freaking house. Nobody hear me, I would probably curse her out. I would probably waste no words. It's just like an eye roll, like I said. Pay super to pick Chris. She deserves what she gets. That's what I'm saying. Because with all knows, you probably know what his answer will be. Is no. So, Eric in Virginia. These two, you know what about these two? Eric does have controlling nature. He does have a controlling nature to himself. He could convince himself that he's not that type of person. He willing to work on the middle. Like Renee, he could convince himself to think that he like to work it out. He like to meet this person in the middle. We can make them medium. You can keep saying that. But boy, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I don't think that's going to be possible. You can keep saying that. But for me, it tells me if you don't have it your way, it's the highway. And I don't like that. And it seemed like they both stubborn people. And we can see that. Virginia, irks my nerve with the cats. She irks my nerve with the cat situation. Because I don't understand how you so gung-ho. I said, you know what? That's why I haven't been doing recorded versions of this thing, because it's getting annoying. It was a conversation about moving in together, right? Virginia is now gung-ho, which I do understand, to moving into someone's house right off the bat, because at the end of the day, it's an 8-week process. You don't know if y'all decided to go say yes or no. To me, even though I say no to all these couples, even Brianna Vincent, even though I do have high hopes for them, but I say no to all of them because I don't like it. Well, feel me, y'all. These, let me share it with her again. Her camera's not working. All right, look. Yeah, she mentioned so many cats. All right, so I agree. It's an 8-week process. You don't know if the person you will stay with or not. So that living situation talk, it could be premature, but at the same time, we do need to know their mindset, because you got to have this idea, because in 8 weeks, you got to make the decision. So yes, this situation of them being married for 2 months is a crash course, because you definitely need to know a lot of things, even though stuff will work itself out. But we need to work ourselves enough to me to know, to be comfortable with that. After, if I say yes, things will be good. After, yes, we will have ups and downs, because all marriages go through that. But I need to know we have a good solid ground, so I know I'm comfortable enough to say I could be with you and everything. But the fact that I do understand he owns a condo. That's his place. That's his place. It's harder for him to sell that, for her to let go her lease and move on. It's like that. So she said, oh, well, you got 4 months. You could do that. You could do that. I said, really? 4 months. And if they can't find a place, what so be it? Because she's not willing to let go her apartment, which is fine, because she said her cats. Now, he's allergic to cats. And then she was mentioning how her cats like to sleep on her in the bed. I said, what? And she is not budging on that. She said, oh, they sleep on me, and it's like that. And he was trying to be calm and collected. I said, Virginia, you know he has that fake and psycho killer vibes. You better stop pushing his buttons, because he really make that face expressions that he's ready to do something. Just like my favorite YouTubers like Bondi and JD, they were saying he got psycho killer vibes. You better stop that, because you insisting that your cat sleep in the bed with you. There's something wrong with you, especially with the guys that he's allergic. And you don't want to budge that. He said, oh, they sleep on me. They're going to sleep on the bed. They need to sleep in the bed. And it's like, I'm not putting them in a separate room. What's so? Cats are independent. Leave the cats alone. They do their own thing. Why they cannot sleep in their own bed, in their own little room, little location in the house, and they can sleep there, and you sleep in the bed with your husband? Your husband would probably look at your freak on. You got your cats in the bed. You better get out of my bed. I would say no to her right then and there. I said, no. We cut this off. No, I don't want her. Let her be with a cat man who love cats just like her, and y'all can live happy ever after. Because what we're not going to do is that he's allergic to cats, and she said, oh, you can take allergy medicine. You can take allergy medicine. Just take that. You'll be fine. No, but sleep in the bed every night, and she wants this every single night? Hell no, Virginia. Stop that. I don't like that. Stop that. You get on my nerve, and I see why, and I think Virginia loves to push his buttons, and they so stubborn individuals. He don't want to budge. She don't want to budge. She don't want to let go of the freaking party situation that, oh, if he's not home, why is it an issue for me going out partying with my homeboys, but not to the point that you party with your homeboys and you sleeping on that couch. And he gonna weigh up. Yes, he's away. You can still hang out with your friends, but you don't need to go out and stay a night every night and party with them all the time. You can chill and have a little free drinks and bring your behind home. What's wrong with that, Virginia? Like, why are you so gun-ho with that and not budging? And even the sister-in-law said, I can see why he have an issue with that. I can see anybody would have an issue with that. What about the roles were reversed? And he was a drunk. And he go sleeping on female couches or something like that, his friends. Because, oh, well, my friends, I know from a long time, and I don't know, but you choose to get married. So that friendship stuff, Some of that stuff gotta go. He not saying cut your friends off. He just saying that you just can't go drunk enough to sleep in their couches, and he's not okay with that. And he's up in the air flying, and might get a phone call that his wife sleeping on somebody's couch. He could like kill thousands of people on the plane, crashing the plane because he worried about you sleeping on somebody's couch. And he might even come home, and he might go to jail because you're doing all that. Yes, I'm being graphic of y'all, but I'm just annoyed that she just can't let that freaking drinking stuff. Like, nobody say you gotta stop drinking. Nobody say you can't have fun. Nobody say you can't chill with your friends. But if you're married, come home. That's what he's saying. Like, just come home. It just listen. Yes, when she's not at home, nobody say you can't have fun and hang out. But do you have to do that all the time, girl? And then that cat threw me off. I said, Virginia, you do too much. Do too much. And he willing to have a compromise. He's not saying that your cats can't be in the house. He just said, like Jacob mentioned, have a separate little place. I would say that with the cats, and then she with the drinking. And it's like, I was like, come on, girl. Like, come on, girl. And then Eric. You saw how Eric lift Virginia up? Because he said some questionable things too. He said, oh, if we have an argument in this trip, it's not because of me. I said, excuse me, sir. We about to have an argument right now. What the hell is because of me? Then we're going to have an argument. You are just as much in an argument. Argument takes two people. I'm not arguing myself. And if I'm arguing myself, I'm arguing myself in the mirror. And people think I'm crazy. So what you saying? It takes two people to make an argument. And you just now, that statement alone, it was an argument. Oh, if we have an argument in this trip, it's not because of me. So you're sanctified? That's what you're saying? It's all on me. All the issues we have in this relationship, in this marriage, is all on her. That's what you're saying. No, boo-boo. No, that's not happening. And then when they had a session with Dr. Pepper, and they talked about, what did they talk about? Party of friends and being home. Yes, Renee. Party with friends and being home and all that stuff like that. And she mentioned that, and he lifted her up. He said, I said, ooh, Virginia, you didn't know that? That's not a playful lifting up. He was telling you, you better shut up. He was saying that, oh, I don't like you putting like issues in front of the camera. I said, what you talking about? He's on a television show. She better say some things on camera so people know that who you really are, because you saying you have a conversation off the screen. So you have things off the screen that could be dangerous, but you don't want her to say it on camera. I said, girl, Virginia, you better run. You better run fast. You better be a track star, and you better run, because that didn't sound cute. That didn't sound cute. No, we need evidence, because if you say some craziness, no, we need to have this on camera. The fact that. So that means he was saying some slick stuff behind the cameras, and the fact that she brings it up, he didn't have an issue with that. No, that's part of the process. She needs to know enough of you and what your decision process is before she say yes, which I do I got an idea that they will both say yes, even though I will say no, but it seemed like they will say yes. Yes. The words getting on the show. Yes. Yes, it does. He does sound abusive, Renee. He definitely does sound abusive. And it may not be physical abusive. It could be emotional abusive, mental abuse, all that stuff that he could have with the female. And the fact that Virginia's so young, and then he had this he said he don't like the he said he don't have a lot of standards or the cookie cutter stuff of a marriage. You keep saying that it's some things that a marriage should have, and it should follows that guidelines. So what are the guidelines? Yes, we all know you should be faithful for your spouse. That's given. That's okay, whatever. That's given for every relationship. Trust, transparency, connection, all that is a given. So what he's saying? Yes, Renee. Yes, if it doesn't go his way, he does go off the bat, and it would consistently throughout this show. At beginning, we didn't see that much. As the weeks go by, we start seeing that if it doesn't get his way, then he gonna say, "Although I'm not the person who give ultimatums." I said, "Sir, since when?" You very much give a lot of ultimatums in the show. If it's not this, or you can leave. If you don't like that, you can leave. Or we're gonna have kids in a certain amount of years. if you can't have kids, there's a deal breaker. I'm not having that. Oh, Tracy's not having second. It's a deal breaker. So I said, I don't know what's going on, but he do think that it's his way or the highway because he knows he's been through it. And I don't like that he keep bringing up about her childhood. Stop throwing my childhood in my face. Yes, that's part of my thing, but why are you making it seem like you's above me and I'm below you, like I'm a freaking peasant? I'm not Aryan over here. We not Aryans. All right? So no, don't be acting like I'm a peasant to you. We're not doing that. Okay. And they do have an issue of Super Day issues on the log because they say, oh, we had these arguments and then 3 or 4 days we good. And I said, no, y'all good because y'all having sex and y'all having alcohol in your system. Y'all good. And then we go back. You know why y'all doing that? It's a complete cycle. It's because you are not dealing with the issues straight on. Y'all discuss, y'all have an argument, y'all stop it, y'all sweep under the rug, and y'all go good. And then this issues come back and y'all never dealt with the issues and y'all never solved to have a middle ground. You keep Eric keeps saying he have a middle ground or working things out with her, working things out with her, compromising. At some point he could, but not a lot. I don't think he compromised a lot of his things. And are you good, Tracy?
StreamYard just don't want to let me be great.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I was like, what's going on? I was saying it was not connecting you. It was like I was like, how they gonna play my Tracy like that? It's like and me and too Married at First Sight, but I do want to hear your thoughts of Troy and Diedrich and everything. And then we talk about Eric and Virginia right now. So let me see. Eric Virginia, let me finish this thought. What was I saying? I just don't like those two together, and they just stop it, and then they just say no. But I do think they gonna say yes. They gonna irks my nerve if they do say it because it's clearly too much red flags between both of them because they both not bending, and they both don't want to freaking concede to each other, or they can make a compromise. And then he keeps saying he does. I said no, bro, you don't. The fact that you lift her up after you had that was a session with Dr. Pepper lets me know that he was very annoyed that she was saying things. I said, oh, Virginia, you better run, girl. I don't like that. But Eric act like he's so perfect, and I don't like that. And I can't stand when he keep bringing, oh, I was a better lifestyle. You go messed up, so I know things more than you. Yes, she's had some things growing up to, but you got things to growing up to yourself. So I don't like those two together. They just stop it. But I'm gonna have your thoughts on Eric and Virginia, and then give me your thoughts on Troy and Diedrich because you was having issues like that, and I want to hear your thoughts.
You mean the pilot and the drunk? Oh, okay. I guess we could go to the pilot and the drunk. I do think that Eric has control issues. Like he wants the exact life that his parents had. He wants a wife to accept the life of a pilot, stay at home, raise kids, and not complain. Not that Virginia can't go out and drink, because he doesn't have a problem with that. It's her drinking and obsessed, blacking out on people's couches, which, again, everybody sees a problem with that, because that's just not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay. I don't know why she don't understand that.
Listen, I will be the first one to admit I had a New Year's resolution, which was to drink more than I did the year before. So I don't fault her for wanting to drink. I fault her for continuously getting blackout drunk and passing out on people's couches. Yes, that right there is where the problem is at. Like that's too much. But I think Eric definitely is controlling. And I don't know if it's because Virginia is so like, she reminds me of sophomore year of college. And it's like she can't get out of that state of like the sophomore year of college. So I don't know if it amplifies his desire to be controlling because she is so drunk. I don't know, but I do think that because the two of them communicate poorly, like they communicate so terribly that they both need to back away. Like this just will not work. And it probably would work because he's a pilot like for an airline and he's a pilot for the military.
Yes.
So I don't know if some of it is so much controlling and some of it is so much of your perception on television for your job can't be partying blackout drunk and then I get up and go to work because I'm flying an aircraft with other people's lives on the line. So I don't know if it's a piece of it where it's like I can't put this out to the general public. I can't let this display on national TV. I just can't. But that should be everybody. But I don't think Virginia has that where she has something to lose, where she feels like, oh, I can just put all good, bad, and ugly, all of it out on national TV because I have nothing to lose, which is also going to be a problem. But I peeped that, like, even Virginia was like, oh, I don't want to give up my place because of my cats, I was like, girl, if he was so allergic to cats, you'll kill him in his sleep with that cat and go about your business. But, okay, girl. But I definitely do think that Virginia and Eric, maybe if they were in different seasons of their life, like Virginia was coming out of that party girl phase, if she was like coming out of it, and he was potentially looking to, let's say, retire from the military and just be a pilot, maybe they would have had a better chance, but their communication skills are terrible.
Yes, they are.
So I need them to go away and not stay together. But you know what? You didn't watch before, did you? You didn't watch this show before, did you?
No, this is my first season.
There was another couple, Jamie and I think her name is Beth. Jamie and Beth. They were a toxic, terrible train wreck. He called her a see you next Tuesday. Ooh. They were terrible. And they are still together, happily married. As in, like, they just bought a house and moved to another city. And, like, they're doing great. But they are very Eric and Virginia-esque, where what we see, they was like, what you've seen of us was us at our absolute worst moment. You guys didn't see all the good things that happened. You just seen our absolute worst moment. But there was more good that balanced out the bad, and you guys just didn't see it. That's what she said. Because I was like, okay, girl. Because it was real weird. Because it was like, why are they still like all touchy-feely and wanting to sleep with each other? And why is everything... And then they're like arguing and calling each other names. It was so weird. So I wonder if that is also them, where we're not getting to see the good. We're just seeing her wanting to get drunk and him being controlling, and we're missing something.
Yeah.
Let's hope that that's what it is. But either way, send her to somebody's AA meeting and send him to... Remember when Maury used to do like those... like Scared Straight for like domestic abusers or emotional abusers. Do you remember that? And you have the drill sergeant come out to like talk to... Send him there. Send him there and send her to AA and they'll be fine.
Yeah. We will continue on with the Married at First Sight, and then I get your input of Troy Dietrich after we finish Married at First Sight, before social media topics. Brianna Vincent. Okay. Think about them. He wants to start a family so quickly, quicker than what she wants, and she wants to wait 3 or 4 years, which I think that's a reasonable time. But he wants to start at 1 or 2 years because his upbringing and how he didn't have his father and mother around. He grew up with his aunt and stuff like that. He didn't have much money, so that's why he's so like tight with his money growing up, and that's that. He's not really adventurous, which is fine. I mean, a lot of people is not adventurous type of people. It's like you can't spring things on them that quickly. You gotta ease them up. It's like that. So do some of those small things. Don't go off the bat. If you don't like big animals, don't go off the back and do a horseback riding, girl. But it's these start everything. Even I doing horseback riding one time in my life, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it and everything. And I did the whole thing. They was walking and running and everything. I said, I ain't gonna sign up for that. But I had a good time. But I didn't know we want to run with these horses.
Mizzle, I learned so much about you in doing these. I learned so much.
And it was a summer camp I did. I was a summer counselor, and the person paid for I didn't even know she was gonna do that. She paid. I was a camp counselor. Said, you gonna do a ride? I said, oh wow, well, what? Horseback ride? I said, I never did that. She said, you gonna do it? I said, all right. I did it. I enjoyed it. So she paid for it, so I might just do it. And they was walking, and then I said, oh my gosh, horses going down. All right, but it was fun. But he's not really adventurous, and he likes to plan things. I don't like that she's trying to control his sleep habits. It's like that. And like if he does be lazy and stuff like that, then that's a different story. But don't tell me when I need to go to bed, and one time don't tell me when I wake up. It's like you could do some days, like Dr. Pepper said, compromise. Some days you want to go to bed early, wake up, and then other days let him sleep in because he does come home later on than you and all stuff. So that was that. Now my thing is, I don't know if he's gonna be really compromising because she understands that he wants a biological children, everything. But if she can't physically have it because of high blood pressure, which is a high risk of having children, that's she's saying, because we know high blood pressure could be risk factor. If she can't conceive, would that be a deal breaker to him? Will he leave? Or will he willing to get surrogacy? Or I mean, if he's penniless with the money, I don't think he will spend that much money on surrogacy. Or adoption. I don't think he want to do adoption, but what other avenues would he go with if she can't conceive or at least carry because it's high risk? So we'll see about that. And what else about that? Let's see. And then he hell bent saying that, oh, she's moving in with me. And Beyonce said, I don't know why you're so assuming that that's going to happen. And I was like, I understand that too. I was like, listen, can y'all say yes decision day before y'all started to say moving in together? And once I say yes, then y'all think about it. I do y'all need to talk about that. But now everybody talking about moving in, doing this, doing that. I said, wait. It's like that. It's okay to have your own separate thing, build your stuff together, work on it. Even you have to say yes, to have some time because it's only 2 months. And get a place together, which I do agree. If we're gonna be married, we need to have a place that compensates both for us and big enough for both of us, and not just me in your own place or you in my own place. If it's too small and we need a bigger space. So just wait a while. What's the rush? And anything with those two, we find like he's more reserved than her. She does more freely. And she said sometimes she want to run, but she knows she got to sit through this process. So I don't know. That's it with those two. I don't really know. They could work, but then I say no to them. I say to no every one of them. They all know me this season. I say no to every one of them, but I do see that Eric and Virginia might say yes, even though I want them to say no. They might say yes too. So how you feel about Brianna and Vincent?
I disagree with you.
Huh?
I disagree with you.
Did they gonna say yes?
Oh, he's definitely gonna say yes, but I disagree. Like when it comes to
the pregnancy,
absolutely, I disagree. Listen, when she said that she was like, "Oh, I got high blood pressure, so I'm afraid to give birth." Okay, I can understand that. I've given birth before. I'm a woman. I understand that. I understand that as an African American, we are more likely to die during childbirth, especially if we have other complications. That makes perfect sense. But then if you really wanted a child with your husband, why can't you do IVF? I mean, according to her, she can blow $3,000 a month on shoes and everything else. That looks like perfect IVF money to me. That is the compromise that she can make. She is the person who is, doesn't want to risk her life, which I completely understand. But she also has the extra disposable income to pay for IVF. Problem solved. They get their biological child together. His sperm, her egg, makes baby. She doesn't have to then worry about the complications of, childbirth. I don't see where the problem is. Like, I just don't see it. It's a very simple solution, especially since she has so much disposable income.
Yes.
It's a very simple thing for me. So I was like, okay. But I do think that he wanted to push them living in his place because she is very controlling. She is. Like, she'll go and say, I want to do this. We're doing this. She signs them up for things. She does things based off of what she wants to do. So if he doesn't put his foot down about anything, he's just going to get roped into it's whatever she wants.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's so much that he really wants her to live in his place, or he wants to still have some sort of control in something, because she, as she says it, she's bossy. She will take over something in the quickness. So I'm like, a part of me feels like she really needs to do a little better job of balance.
Yes, I do agree.
Balance, because she takes the initiative. Yeah, horseback riding is great. I've done tons of adventurous things in my life, but I've never been horseback riding. And I was like, I mean, I've jumped out of, I've been skydiving, I've been bungee jumping, but I've never went horseback riding. Also, because I don't like big animals. So,
yeah,
I mean, I can understand his hesitation in saying, no, like, I know you lying.
Yeah.
So I think because she is so bossy and it's something she wanted to do, and she was just like, oh, he'll go along with it because I want to, which is really what it is. Mm-hmm. I can talk him into doing what I want him to do. It's really what it is. So when it comes to the baby, you got all this disposable income, honey. Find a surrogate. Oh. It's a quick, easy solution to their problem. She's an engineer. I'm pretty sure she got good insurance.
Yes.
She don't have to worry about being pregnant. She don't have to worry about childbirth. And she gets her baby at the end. And I'm very sure if she says, listen, can we go through the process of getting a surrogate? Or I know adoption probably is not, because I also think, especially when they were talking about, like, would he be comfortable with adoption? I appreciate the fact that he didn't just immediately say yes or immediately say no. That is a huge decision that you have to think about. And if it has never crossed your mind before, why would you have thought about that if, you're completely capable of having children? Normally people think of adoption when they are not capable of having children on their own, or, they just want to do something else. But if you've always wanted your own family, adoption would have never crossed your mind to think about. So I think it looks a little different because she is very logical and he is very emotional. And those are normally, we see those roles in reverse, where the man is normally very logical and the woman is very much more so emotional. So we kind of give Vincent a little bit of a hard time for it. But on this one, I don't see him as being wrong because, again, she tends to be a little bossy. Mm-hmm. And she got some extra disposable income. So IVF normally is a process. It's not quick. Mm-hmm. She can make that last 3 years. I mean, he gets his baby. She gets some time. And not to be funny, she has a whole 9 months of not being pregnant, but then end up with a baby. So she could still live her best life while someone else is pregnant. I don't see the problem.
Yeah. I don't think it was wrong. He was wrong for what he was expressing. I just hope he don't get closed off and she don't get closed off. They have other options, not just carrying. And they closed off and say, no, you need to carry. even though she high risk, then we talk about that. But we don't probably gonna know that until we follow their lives afterwards. All right.
I have a question for you though. Do you think Vincent really understood what she was saying when she said like, "Oh, I have high, like I'm scared to get pregnant because I have high blood pressure"? Like, as a man, do you know well enough to know high blood pressure means complications during pregnancy? Like,
yeah, I don't think he really knows that much because when she was explaining it, he was like, "Okay, I know it's a risk, but not much of a risk that you can." So he was like, "Okay." And maybe she should have explained it more and sat down with him and discuss and talk about this, or at least research about how, or see videos about women who have high blood pressure who had complications of pregnancy, and he probably have a better understanding. But he wasn't really he was not listening to that. He said, "Listen, I want my child," and that's it. And yes, but I don't think he's really informed about that.
yeah, because I was having a conversation. Me and him was watching it. He was like, "What does high blood pressure have to do with having a baby?" He was like, "What does that have to do with anything?" So I was like, "I wonder if Vincent even understands what it is that she's saying, or because I was like, is that a thing that most men just know?" I don't know.
We know high blood pressure, but we know how that complicated with pregnancy. How that, yeah.
So
yeah.
Cut my man Champagne Vinny a break.
Yeah. No, I'm not hard on him. This is a union. I don't know. It's just a union thing. And she is a lot. She is a lot to deal with. And I said she needs to stop it. Even though with that sprung on that venture and stuff. I said if he's not that venturous, you gotta can't just do that right off the bat.
You gotta ease him into it. Ease him into it.
Talk to him. And if you on a trip, you don't plan activities. I mean, I guess you want to do a trip, you want to have something nice. But sometimes as a couples, y'all plan your activity together. So what you want to do, what you like that. It might be surprises, but at least plan it so you can have his input and his voice heard. It's like that. So, Ryan and Clara.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. These two. I don't know what she wants out of this guy. She wants the "I love you." She wants to be in love with
D. She wants the D. And she wants the D. That's what she wants. She wants the D.
I know she wants that, and I said she wants the D. She wants the "I love you." She wants to in love with him. It's like that, and he's not giving it. And he keep giving this cookie cutter answers about when he gonna be ready, when this gonna happen, this or that, all that stuff. You don't take off your shirt. She don't let see you without the shirt on. She giving you off all the time. You're not getting her off. It was like, come on. And then when they had activities, he don't give much of his opinions or say much until that last love letter he gave. I said that's the most he ever said. Most of the time he said, "Sure, yes, that, yeah, I won't change nothing about me." I said, "Oh, you won't change nothing about yourself? Okay, man. All right, you won't change nothing, but." And then she said, "Oh, we had some great times, and this is that, and I don't want to see no other. And I have bad relationships, and Ryan is the best one." I said, "Ryan is a good guy. That's why, even though he got his ways about that, figure sex and stuff like that, because he's the nicest that other guys he deal with, you making it seem like he's the prize at the end. It could be a prize compared to the other guys, but if he really the prize for you at the end of the day, Clara, like." Do you have any sense of purpose that he is going to be begging your backs out if he really ready to say love you or doing all that stuff? He haven't said I love you to the ex for over 2 something years. What make you think he going to say it in a freaking decision day? Like you saw holding on to that, he going to say this and wants to be with you and this and that. And that he wanted to have his kids going to church and all that stuff. And I don't see much out of him to even think that he will. Like, what is much he's giving you that you so secure that he is the person for you? It's like that. It was too much, and I just can't stand this girl. And she said, everybody asks her, and she's losing herself all the time. I said, well, why people keep? If you say you getting that every day, there must be they seeing that you are losing yourself, girl, in this relationship. Like, if they ask you every day, they see that you are losing yourself. You probably a girl that you will secure yourself. That you got with this man, that you so attracted. Now you're okay with the celibacy, or you okay with this, or you okay with that. No, girl, you were just cursing him out in your figure girlfriends 3 or 4 weeks ago that you needed it. And now you're okay with that. And every time that question comes up, she always looking at him and see that she gonna say the right thing. And he always looking at. I said, what up? What's up? Let me see. Anything else? You know what? I can't. And the decision day, do I feel they would say yes or no? A part of me think that she will be all aboard and saying yes. And with him, I can't read this boy. It's like he probably would say yes because he got the girl, he got married, and so like that, and he could see how much it is. But when you hold sex so strongly and you control things, and he very routine, he like things how to throw it, and she's moving on his pace. He realized that she's moving on his pace, and he set the tone, and she's ready to go with it. Everything. I said, okay, you got the yes girl. So it's like, what's your thoughts about Ryan and Clara? Because I don't see. I'm saying no to them too, but I think she might say yes, and he might say yes too.
Oh, she's saying yes, and he's saying no. Like, that's my prediction for them too.
Yeah, he might say no. Right?
Okay. So Clara's bar for men, like the bar that she has for her standards of men, the bar is like below hell. Like, you could do anything and be better than her exes. Like, you do little to nothing and be better than her exes. I'm like, well, your standards must be extremely low. If what Ryan is giving you is the best that you ever had, or you're so thankful or so happy for this, like, your bar is like below hell. But I do think it's very telling how she continuously pacifies him, his wants, his needs, what he thinks, what he likes, and just always tries to make it like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that too. If you just give me the D, I'm okay with that. I'll be okay. I'm fine. And it makes me wonder about her self-esteem and how quickly she's just willing to forego anything that she wants or needs or thinks in life and for something else. It makes me wonder. But then I was like, we've all seen Ryan with his shirt off, because when he was doing the interview process, he was working out with no shirt on. So how have we seen him with no shirt on, but you haven't seen him with no shirt on? Does he get dressed in the bathroom? Is that what he does? Like, he gets out of the shower? He gets out of the shower
and get a freaking dress in the morning time and wake in the bed and dressed already. It's like, girl.
Like does he get dressed in the bathroom? Is that what it is? He gets dressed in the bathroom so you don't have to see him? Like, okay, this is gonna sound so bad, and I need to figure out the right way to say this. If his parents are overly religious, is Clara his beard? And like, this show is the cover story? Is that what this is?
People is insinuating that he is that.
I don't know a better way of saying that. Like,
we just go over that.
Like, I don't know a better way of saying, not to pigeonhole someone or try and force out them or something, but there's something about this that seems very, I'm doing this for my parents' approval, or so they get off my back, because now I have this wife. See, I'm good. I have this wife. She's right here. But when you're with her, it's like you're not really with her. So I don't understand. Like, I'm so confused. Like, I don't get them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but you know what? Clara and Alexis, I guess, are very similar, where they both hyper talk about sex. Like, they're both very pro sexual conversations. So I just don't know, but I feel like there's something about this that seems very. I did this for my parents' approval, and now I'm in it, and I don't know what to do with myself because I don't really want to be in it.
Well, I don't know. He don't seem like he really into that.
Maybe he's like Colton. Maybe he's just trying to figure it out.
Try to see.
Or maybe he's like, you know what? Maybe he's not. Maybe he's asexual. Maybe he's just attracted to something that makes him happy, regardless of everything else. Maybe that's it. I'll give him that. Let me try that one. Maybe he's just asexual. How about that? I don't know, but I'm just like, something seems very odd about this pairing. Like,
for well, it does seem odd. I can't with these two. And are any one of these folks likable, or these relationships are making them mad? They all got something down here to care for. As a couple, most of them is good on their own, so like that. But as couples, no. Yeah, relationships as couples, no, I don't think so. Paige, no, it's a Soviet type of man. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. Paige, I don't know. She doesn't have the more self-esteem to herself. Clara,
you know what I think? I think that Paige and oh my God, what is his name?
Who on the show?
Jacob.
Jacob.
I think Paige and Jacob would have actually worked out well.
You know what? I can see that.
I think that would have actually worked out well.
I can see that.
And I could definitely see Haley and Chris having a good fun time together because they are two like-minded people who get on my nerves. Stick them two together.
Yeah, we have to talk about them too because she got me all pissed off about her. And I was here for Jacob when he got his stuff and he left out. And he said, I was like, Jacob, how you left him you left right there? He was like, Haley was like, Jacob gone. He was done with this bullshit. He waited for the decision that he could say no. Because to me, let's go to Jacob and Haley. To me, I don't think Jacob is a bad guy. Yes, he got his fashion sense, whatever. It's a different story. It's not a big deal. At the day, I think Jacob is a guy who will give his all if he knows the connection with the female is there for him. To me, with Haley, knew off the bat, since that Vegas trip, she just cut off. She just shut down. Don't want to deal with it because she has a history of doing that. Now, because she set herself in the marriage, she can't do that unless she get the fine. So she was like, I used to deal with men, get my way with them, have fun, whatever. Because they don't like, I cut them off and move to the next. That's what she's been single for so long time, and she has history doing that. She gets her way.
Doesn't that sound like Chris?
Yeah, sound just like him. Yes, just like him. And since she signed up to be married, now she just can't leave like that because she found one of the quirks about him. She always superficial. That's another thing. She's very surface level. She goes deep. Yes, I do grant that sometimes she tries to start a conversation and he really don't get much. But I think he don't give much because he knows that you is not giving him much connection. It's like that he knows he can't feel it with you. So he's not going to give much. I think Jacob will give much of himself, especially the type of person he was when he's a homebody. He's been to himself most of the time. If he finds someone who's really genuinely interested in him. And I think he will get more. Because Jacob in this last episode, he was comfortable. He's not with Haley, but with other people, he was cracking jokes. He was all good. But with that girl when next to him, he can't be himself. And she always taking like he's repulsive. So he's just like, you know what? If you don't like me, I'm not going to give much about this. And he had a breaking point. Especially with that bracelet. I don't understand why she didn't understand the point of why it was bothering him. If he kept bringing this up to you about the bracelet, he spent $800 on a bracelet on the wedding day for someone he never met before to give us something nice. You know, like, I granted, we all got presents that we probably not like that somebody give us to us, but it's appreciated that they gave us that they thought about us, like that. And it's in our possession. It's like that. You took the bracelet, gave it to your mom, and never heard about it anything because you didn't like it. It's like that. He asked you to have it in possession. She's like, oh, what about the $20 hat I gave you? You never wore it. I said, it's not about it. He asked you to have it in possession, so it means something to him. And that he kept saying it and bringing it up. He said, oh, I didn't think I was there. You know why it's over there. I said, it's not about why it's over there. It's a point that he kept bringing it up, and you kept dismissing his feelings, and it actually is hurting him. That right there, and then he kept bringing it over in weeks and weeks. Now we see why Jacob was not hit with the bullshit that she's spilling. All that crying and tears, he's not with it. He's not with it because I was like, girl, you clearly don't care about him, and you clearly want your way because you say when you're 3 or 4 years old, you was a diva. If you don't want to do something, you go say, no, I'm not doing that. And he said you was a diva. She said, well, that's a strong word to say it. I said, girl, what you call to say it? That's what you acting like. So, decision day, he's not with it. He gonna say no. I think she might say no too because she just can't get it with him. But that was, and then she said, oh, I thought we was good at the trip. I said, maybe because he had a good time in the vacation doesn't mean he was okay with the relationship still. Obviously, because he left in the middle of the morning when not nobody, and he was out. He said, I'm not staying here. And he said, I'll see you at decision day. So, how you feel about that? How you feel about that? Because her reason, her thing, she want to go with. I said, why he wear dress shorts in the body case? Granted, yeah, she always wear that dress shoes, but that's not a big deal to even come across the same as when he not. How you feel about those two? I know you're like here because I don't like her either. So how you buying?
Okay. Let me see. When it comes to that doggone bracelet, the way Haley said it to her mom, oh, can you send the bracelet because he's asking for it back? Did you hear that he asked for it back? Because I heard him say, I bought you this and it bothers me that you don't even have it in your possessions. How is that I want it back?
Yes.
But I think it was more so when she said to her mom, like, yeah, you know that bracelet? Yeah, the one we talked about. So clearly you talked to your mama about this bracelet.
Yup. And he didn't ask to bring it back after he keep repeating asking for it. Yeah.
I mean, not to be funny, but your mama felt the need to overnight the bracelet, so clearly it wasn't that big of a doggone deal. But we have all gotten gifts from someone that we didn't really like.
Yeah.
And they just kind of sit there.
It sits there, yeah.
You don't wear it, but you got it. You know, every once in a while when the person come around, you may be like, oh my gosh, yeah. That bracelet that you got me, I keep it in my jewelry box, so I keep it safe. You know, not that I'm ever going to wear it, ugly little joker, but you know, I keep it in my jewelry box for safekeeping.
It's the thought that you have it, and they see that you have it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with you liking it or not, but okay. But it bothered me that she couldn't even understand what he was trying to say. And the fact that he said, like, oh, here's your hat. Like, I at least have what you got me. No, I don't wear it. No, I probably don't like it. But at least I have it. Is a completely different feeling for me. But when it comes to Haley, to me, I find it very funny that she finds a reason to be mad at him. Number one, y'all drove down there separately. It had been, 5-6 hours. He was hungry. Yeah. So he made him some eggs.
Yeah.
He made him some eggs. Had he went and made him a whole full course meal, maybe I could understand. But he made some eggs. And you tripping because he made eggs?
That's what I'm saying, girl.
Who eats just eggs for dinner? No, nothing else. Just, because he cooked himself some eggs and he knew I was cooking.
He was hungry.
Not to be funny, but you don't like me. How do I know that you're going to, not tear my food up? I don't know what you're about to do to me and my food. So I'm going to go with no, thank you, lady. Don't trust you at all, lady.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him for leaving. But it was also very funny that they knew the most about each other. They got the most questions right in a little game. Because all they do is talk. So you can't say you don't know this person. All y'all do is talk. Because some of the things that they knew about each other was like super odd and random. And like,
that's
clearly y'all had to have some sort of in-depth conversation to know this. So something about her does not seem authentic. And I agree with you that she's been checked out since the honeymoon. And she would have left. Because, you know, it was just more of a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. She got what she wanted, and then she was ready to leave.
Hey, Jason.
She got what she wanted, but she was ready to leave. So she got, you know, the D, because that's what she wanted. She was ready to go.
That's what I was saying. For real. Yep, and I think that's the history she kept doing. She gets it, she gets the sex, and she move on. Now she can't do it now. That's what she just checked out. She had to stay with it until to the decision day. And the why sign up for the show, you know you can't escape, girl.
I mean, why sign up for the show if you know you just want the D? Like, why? Tinder works just fine.
Well.
Bumble works. They work just fine. You could clearly just swipe left or swipe right and get the D. I don't understand the problem with you, sis. But okay, girl. Okay. Okay, girl.
How you doing, Jason? Welcome to the live.
But I definitely do think that Paige and Jacob would have been much better matched. Much better matched. I could actually see the two of them working out. I could see it. Because the only thing that I think that would have been like the deal breaker for the two of them is she was more religious than he was. Yeah. But I don't even think he's against the religion or anything like that. I don't ever remember him talking about it. So, it really has me thinking, like, what did Haley want? Because he was willing to change his wardrobe, so it couldn't have been the clothes. It's not like he talked like he was still in the 80s. What was her like? What is really her problem?
That's what I'm saying. She never really explained it, and that's another frustrating for him. He's like, you never really clearly stated what's your issue with me. It's like that. You find very surface level, superficial stuff to argue me about, but when I get too deep and go through it and try to tell you about yourself, then you start declining. I said, girl, that's not gonna hurt. And it didn't phase him at all because he kept looking at you. I said, okay, girl. Jacob was done.
I'm team Jacob.
Yeah, right.
I'm team Jacob. Listen, Jacob, you still single? You can come build me a pool. You can build me a whole hot tub and spa in my backyard.
That's what I'm saying. Build me something. Sure. I gotta be in the house. I said I don't need to go out. Sure, give me a sauna. I got a couple of friends over there. We can have parties here. Sure. Yeah, I don't think he would mind that. Let me see. Maybe he didn't escape since he's stuck in the 80s. He's not so much stuck in the 80s. He got a one room and he can make 80s references, but it's not.
I mean, outside of the room that looked like, you know, the cast of Saved by the Bell should have been hanging out in there. Yeah. Outside of that, and I mean, I guess he did have some like 80s wardrobe pieces in his thing, but then when you think back at 80s wardrobe, like it wasn't that terrible.
It wasn't. That's what I'm like. It was so.
I mean, what printed T-shirts and stuff? I don't know, but I think that had Haley not broke down, you know what I think? I think had Haley been a little more emotionally intelligent and been able to articulate better what she was going through, what she was feeling, and what she needed, they would have been able to get past this. But because her emotional intelligence only is capable of dealing with what she wants, what she thinks, and what is interesting to her, there is no hope. Because what I really want to know is, I really want them to tell us what these people wrote on their questionnaires. That's what I really want to know. Like, what did you write down that made you match them two together? What did Haley say? Did she say, oh, you know what? I really want somebody who, you know, is well-grounded is willing to stay at home, who wants kids, like, what did you write down on this thing that they thought the two of you would mesh well together? Because I don't see it. The only thing I could think of is they wrote something that they truly didn't want. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes you be like, oh, I know exactly what I want, and it's these things. And then you get it, and you like, oh, no, that ain't what I wanted. That's not exactly what I want. So I wonder if it was that. Like, you wrote it, so we gave it to you. What's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's do a quick chat about the unmatchables, and that could be a long one of these two. But unmatchables is a bunch of people who sign up for the show, right? And a lot of them don't make the cut on the show, and because they have qualities, strong qualities that make them deemed unmatchable to their standards, so they can't match them if they don't change some of the stuff. And I don't know how long this thing will be. I think they said 10 people. I think they said 10 people. Well, 10 singles. I think 10 singles, so it might be 5 weeks process. Hey, it's like that. Let me see. So the first episode was Ashley and Xavier's. All right. So let me tell you the qualities they have that make them deemed unmatchable. And then I guess after they fix their unmatchable qualities, they put them on a blind date and they see if they connect well and everything, and yada yada. That's the whole basis of it. They had 2 people with unmatchable qualities. Dr. Viviana, and Pastor Cal work with them, try and change some of the things, get their mind open, set them on a blind date, see if they go use the tools and stuff that they was given, and hopefully the date work well or not. Work well, because sometimes it may not work. So Ashley unmatchable qualities is that she's sexual inhibited. That means she haven't been having sex for over 11 years. And it's not because she says she closing herself off sexually for marriage, but she says she just don't know how to kiss. Then she says she don't know how to kiss. So it's like, I don't know, is you sexually inhibited because you don't know how to do things, or you not privy to? Because she said she had sex before, and she said her last relationship was in high school. Her last real relationship was in high school. So it's like, how? It's like, oh, you close yourself off because you're not getting that much experiences, or you close yourself off because you just awkward enough, you just not comfortable being intimate with someone else. So that was that. She has.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is up with all these women and I haven't had sex or haven't had a relationship since high school? What is going on with all of these people now? Half of the Ready to Love cast got that same issue. Yeah. I don't understand. What is up with everybody?
I
mean, not to be funny. I mean, if I really wanted to, I'm pretty sure either one of us could find somebody to sleep with every other day, if not every day. You can find somebody. So I don't understand. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, she has to have some sort of other issue that she just ain't telling nobody about.
They each has 3 unmatchable qualities. So that was one. Another thing is that she frequent farted. She farts a lot, frequently. And I was like, listen, that's a natural thing and everything, but I don't know, just it is constantly in this episode. When she first came to the screen, I was like, girl. But like I said, fart is natural, so I'm not a big deal about that. But still, at the same time, girls, like that's. And she had no qualms about that. She just go and she did that on a date too. On a blind date with Xavier, she let it out. And I said, listen, just say excuse me, sorry, and stuff like that. And she just let it out. And her last demon quality, she codependent on her best friend. Her best friend, Nisha, they live together. And they have another best friend who live in the house, but she have a codependency with her best friend. They do a lot of things together. And she don't seem to know the idea that being married might change her friendship. It's like you're not gonna have your best friend anymore. But who your potential mate's gonna come around, gonna see that y'all always doing things together. Clearly, she said in her thing, if they don't see her best friend next to her, they gonna ask her, "Where your best friend?" That's what they always do things together. Go on dates, and then she went on blind dates before her best friend is at the facility. Sometimes people do that every now and then, but let's get the person your contact information, so like that. I say, all right, I'll hit you up if something happened. Call 911, you come get me. But being at the place at the same time with me, it's like, come on, and y'all do everything together, and don't seem that's an issue. And then she didn't realize that could be an issue until she realized that was an issue because she had a date, and Pastor Cal literally tied a string with her and the best friend and the date, and the guy asked her, he was on it, the guy was in on it, asked her to sit next to her. She said, "Oh, I can't sit next to you. Can you sit over here?" And then she realized, she was like, you know what? Yeah, this is stupid. This is stupid. And then she's like, you know what? And then her best friend would blow up her phone when she had a blind date and she did not answer the call. I said, all right, actually, all right. Because her best friend was constantly calling. I said, girl, calm down. She's on. I understand that, but still. Xavier's, and I'll get your thoughts on those two. Xavier's, three things about him. He's very routine, control freak, routine nature. He has a regimen, just like Ryan. He has a regimen, things like this. He got, if something's off, he'll have a bad day. He's very strict on time. He's very anal about that because they're supposed to meet on the date at 6 o'clock. She came at 6:06 and he came off the bat. You're late. I said, 6 minutes? You better calm down, boy. It's like you've never been letting yourself, but he's very anal. He has a high judgment of physical attributes of females. Like he has high standard. The friend was like, if your hair is out of place, one thing, he will cut you off. This, that. You gotta look this way. You gotta look that way. You gotta look. I was like, okay, coming from someone who not a dime piece himself. He's not an ugly dude, but like you gonna be that high maintenance, judging females, and you yourself. He's 25 years old, and he's more comfortable around dead living people. I don't know what's that mean about, because he's a funeral director. He said he's comfortable more with dead people. I said, ooh. And you judging, and dead people got no best looking qualities, and you judging females where they living? Oh my gosh. And no, those are three qualities. And he has a natural session. If somebody smelled good, he would go stop the female and smell them. I said, smell them? I was like, what? That's like unmatchable. And you got high maintenance demands? Oh my gosh. Chad, y'all seen that show? Tell me what y'all feel about Tracy. Tell me how you feel. And they went on a date. Let me talk about the date, and then y'all have your input. They went on a date, and Dr. Vivian was teaching her how to kiss. She gave her this plastic mouth thing to start learning how to kiss. All that's like that. Yes, that's because dead folks can't judge him on the floor. That's why you're comfortable with dead people. Yes, they went on a date. So I guess the date was supposed to start at 6 o'clock. She came at 6:06. So after he said hi and sit down, he said, "Oh, you late." So that just threw her back. I said, "Oh, okay." You just start the thing like that. And then she farted on a date, and he was like, "Ooh." For someone who got natural session with smelling good, and he smelled, and then she come out with fart like that, he was like, "Oh, that's good." So Pastor Kyle Vivian was laughing when they watched that. They said, "Oh my gosh," and that happened. And then her best friend blowing her phone up constantly. She didn't answer. I said, "Good, you have to answer that." And she brought the mouthpiece to the date, and he was cracking up. He just took offense to it. He said, "What was this?" I said, "No, you brought the toy, girl." I was like, Viviana told you to express why you may not be comfortable kissing on the first date, so like that. She said to bring the toy, but he was laughing about it. He didn't get upset about it or something like that. And he also don't like spontaneity. He does it like that. He likes the very routine. He needs to know what's gonna happen, how gonna happen, where we're going, this or that. So when it was a music, she said, "Can we go to dance?" And she said, "What, you nervous?" He took a while to answer because Pastor Cal said, "You gotta live the moment." And he said, "Let's go dance." And they hugging and all stuff like that. And she said, "You never kissed?" And I thought, and they kissed. And I said, I was proud of them kissing and everything. And she said, "I don't know, because it just feels uncomfortable. And I don't know how to do it." And I said, "Girl, just go. You gotta have practice. So how you gonna know you're gonna kiss if you don't kiss?" So actually gave us a chance to kiss, and she wasn't bad. I was like, girl, you were so nervous for what? I mean, I guess she practiced enough with that mouthpiece that she had. But she did the kiss, and it was good. And he said the kiss was goosebumps because they went on a second date. They changed numbers, got the second date, and we don't know if they got on further on at that because they didn't want to show their private life because the show said that they're very private, but they did on a second date after that time. So what y'all thought about that? He sounds boring. He does. I'll say, how you... Yeah, he does sound boring, but they have all that demands. Tracy, what's your thoughts? And chat, what your thoughts about these people?
I'm weak. Yeah. I am done. Okay, so I originally, because I recorded the show on the DVR, and then I went and I was like, well, I ain't watching this. So I didn't even see it. I was like, oh, I'm not doing this. Now I'm kind of sad I didn't watch it. Now I'll have to go back and watch it just for the giggles. Yeah, I feel like this is beautifully train wreck TV. Listen, but for him, I definitely agree with Auntie Momo with him feeling more comfortable around dead people because they can't talk back.
Yeah,
it's real easy to have a conversation with a corpse. They don't respond. But okay, I understand him being anal about time because time is money, and you don't want nobody wasting your time. And you don't, someone being late is a bit of a pet peeve. 6 minutes is definitely short. I mean, I would say give people a 15-minute window.
Okay, yeah.
Unless it's like a movie theater, like the movie starts at 6 and then you come at 6:15. That's a little different. But if it's just to meet up to have drinks or have dinner or something like that, I feel like a 15-minute window is a decent buffer before you can start being like, okay, this person's late. Like, oh, making me a little nervous. Like, oh, are they not going to show up? But her and her farting issues or her comfortableness with farting, oh my gosh, would drive me crazy. Listen here. Me and smells, absolutely not. Okay. I had to move into a 2-bedroom so my son could have his own bathroom because he stinks up the joint. So no, absolutely not. Girl, where is the tact? If you don't get up and say, excuse me, let me go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. Let me go to the ladies' room.
Oh, yeah, but she did it right in front of him, like.
I had an ex that was very gassy, and it was like I would kick him out the bed, like literally out. He was like, "You really gonna put me?" Absolutely. Go on. No, absolutely not. Like, come on, man. Oh man. But I wonder, is it because she's nervous? So she's letting it rip? Is it nerves? Or is it she just feel comfortable? She just feel comfortable letting it rip wherever she at. Just like,
she does it happened. That's one of her flaws. She's a frequent flagellant person. She's shopping mall, on the dates, on the streets.
No, I understand, but is it because she's nervous? So she's letting it go? Or is it because she just feels comfortable letting it rip wherever? Because you can hold a fart. Like, I don't understand it. You can hold a fart until, you've gone someplace else. Okay, girl. Listen, I am going to have to go back and watch this.
It was funny.
Solely for a laugh.
I don't say, like I said, I was like, and then he had this big, like, when you see the episode, his hair, he got a haircut now. They get a haircut to trim or something like that. I said, your beard was all, you got a regimen that you do just moisturizing every night. Yeah, and your hair looking all crazy, your beard looking all wild out, and you got a high demand, physical appearance, judgment. Oh, this is boy. And then you walk up to females when they smell nice and ask them, what's that smell? Can I smell you? I said, oh.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I definitely asked people like, "Oh my gosh, what are you wearing?" But I don't think I ever said, "Let me smell you."
Let me smell you. Yes. Yes.
That is very creepy.
But that's though. Not gonna freak you. You like a freaking dog.
Smell you.
You took dogs to the living statement.
Ooh.
You know, man, dogs, but you gonna actually be a dog? Smell it. So that was creepy. Yeah. So it was nice, and they kissed again at when they changed the numbers and stuff like that. And I said, "Good, you so nervous." I think that practice will help. But
let me find out they did better than Chris and Paige. Shoot, maybe they ain't so unmatchable. Shoot.
It's like that. So we don't know if they're gonna continue to date each other, but they did went on a second date and they kept communication with each other. So I said that's nice. But I don't know how many. They said 10 singles, so maybe it's gonna be 5 weeks, or I don't know how long they're gonna make the show. But it's interesting to see what these people match and it's unmatchable. How you work it out? Because sometimes they said we might not even fix people. Like this was okay. He could be. It was okay because he said, "All right, I just let go. I gotta let loose a little bit. I can't be too anal about things. I gotta live the moment." That's fixable. It's like that. You don't have to be too anal about. You have to be too rigid, but calm down with your mans with the judgment of the physical appearances like that. Because he said he normally would pick Ashley. He probably normally would talk to Ashley, but he had a good time with her.
You're right, because Ashley got blood pumping through her veins. Ashley's still alive. You're right. Normally he wouldn't talk to an Ashley. Ashley's still among the living.
The living.
Of course he wouldn't. Exactly.
That's what she is.
He's still amongst the living.
So that's that, y'all. So it comes on Wednesday. And to tell you the truth, I had forgot to record it. And when I saw them record it, and when I saw that last episode, the recent it was 3 hours. I said, I know this episode got 3 hours. They gave us 2 hours to 3 hours. I said, what episode? 3 hours. And then they tacked in the last hour of thing. And I said, oh, see, I put it together. Because I was like, I totally forgot. But I will see.
Look, that's the same way Andy keep doing that Watch What's Happened Live, and I keep deleting that right out too and never watching it. I was like, delete. Yeah. So, but this time I'm just gonna have to go ahead and watch this because this sounds like good, hilarious, fun, lighthearted fun. And I know it's wrong to laugh at people and their flaws and their faults, and I probably shouldn't, but it sounds funny to me. So I'm gonna key on it. Forget it.
All right, let's share. All right, so we got 2 social media topics to talk about. And let me see. We talked about the Atlanta Housewives already, so what was it? This one, what was it? This is it. This is the one that I think this is the one you shared with me with the Diddy thing. Yes, the share. I'm not gonna play the video, but Diddy, y'all, announces a new label. Oh, what the hell up in here? Oh, y'all. Back to it. Oh, let me go back to it. Oh, Tracy thinks on our chats. Hold up. Oh, so we have a chat so they didn't see it. I want that. Wait, hold up. Man, it ain't going through right now, right there, y'all.
Did the Jasmine brand take it down?
No, I think it's still there. Let's see. Hopefully they didn't take it down. All right, I'm not going to play the audio. All right, so basically, Diddy has a new label and called Love Records. I said that's surprising why he named it that way. And his first artist is Stacey Birth. And he didn't officially announce it yet, but I guess he announced it at that time and told him like that. I was like, Diddy. And me and Tracy was cracking up. We said, girl, run. Run, girl, run. Don't stay with him. Run, girl, run. I was like, did you not see his track record with all the artists he had before him? Oh, why does he keep playing? All this artists had before him, and they had no good track record. He had, and you gonna sign with him? Yeah. What's your thoughts about Diddy's new label and this new artist? I mean, people, she could sing, but this,
Diddy ruining lives, one life at a time. Terrible. I'm like, who would even bother to waste their time signing with this man? Like,
I said, you hadn't watched none of them making the bands and the artists before that.
Give me one bad boy artist that's still on Bad Boy doing well. Give me one. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, exactly. 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 Oh, he about to go ruin this poor woman's life for 15 minutes of fame and ruin her whole life. She better have a good attorney. I don't know what to tell her.
You better read that contract. She better read that.
And then you better take it to another attorney and have him read it over again. Because I don't trust that man.
Well,
not that man.
I was like, oh no. And then Love Records. You go from Bad Boys to Love Records. So you're trying to say you bad boy, you over the bad boy phase, now you gonna do Love Records now. That name was, I was like, okay. You gotta have a sense of love to love your people. But oh well.
Diddy loves money. So whatever he can do to bring folks in, because I guess nobody was signed to Bad Boy because, you know, look at the track record. So I'll make a new label and say, you know, it's nothing like my old label. Yeah, there's something the same about it. You are a part of it. That's the problem.
Yes, he's the only one that's still making money. Only one. This girl. More power to her, Stacey Birth. I gotta look at her page to see if she really do any like cover songs and stuff like that. And see, because she did sound. She said a happy birthday thing, but that's a happy birthday. If you really be in your mood, you could be happy birthday singing Goddess too.
What?
No tune. Yeah, like
what?
Well,
Get popping.
We could kill a happy birthday song, so anybody can do that. We could do like. It's not crowded. Okay. All right. So the last thing was Ocho Cinco wanted me. And let me share it first. So he had a text thread with his daughter, and his daughter asked, listen, when you going on that trip, I want to go with you or something like that because it's the sneakers I want and something like that. And the Shade Room wanted us to get a debate. And do you agree with his thoughts? So y'all can see it. Let me read it. Chat Ocho Cinco. Parenting 101. Kids don't understand the sacrifices it takes. So the daughter told daddy, yes, we do agree. Parents do make a lot of sacrifices. A lot. It's like that. Yes, ma'am. Let me know when you're going on a token Miami to get more shoes. I'm gonna come with you because I want to get these Yeezys that they have. You said you were getting a job. I worked at McDonald's by Edison to attain extra stuff I wanted in high school. When I finish school, I'm getting one. How am I going to get a job when I have school and track practice to attend throughout the day? And he said, I caught the bus to school. They went to football practice, caught the bus to McDonald's for a 6-hour shift, all while maintaining a 2.2 GPA and being a star athlete. Ocho Cinco wanted me with a 2.2 GPA, and that's that. And so his thing, I get what he was saying, and I like the values he put on his child to say, listen, you want things, you got to work for it. Yes, he has the means and money. And when I was saying last time, I was like, I would mind have a parent who has money because I had the means to it. But I do like the fact to work. I've been working since I was 15 years old. I like the fact to have my own money and make it and buy things how I want things and not let people telling me, oh, I bought this for you, put it on my head. No, I bought it for myself, it's me. So I like that idea of working, have that work ethic. So I think he wants that for his daughter, saying, listen, I can get it for you. It's no problem. But get a job. You say you go get a job in high school and stuff like that. Even with his C average, he still make it work, like he said. So if I could do it, you could do it too. So I understand his reasonings like that. But let me say, I don't know. I read the comments what they were saying. A lot of people was agreeing with him. And other people would say, oh, well, we got the money. Why she got to struggle? Why does she got to do this or stuff like that? I said, it's not about struggle. Why do you think work ethic is struggling? I said, you got to read the comments like that. It's in the shade room. Chat with Cinco, you got to read it, y'all. But Auntie Mama agreed with it. I seem like you agree with him. I agree with him. I understand what he's saying. Yes, he has the means. He could get you the Yeezys if you want to get the Yeezys, but work for it. And you can get it. And some people say, no, you go to school, just go to school and all that stuff. If you could have the job, you could have the job if you wanted to have a job. But I understand where he was coming from. What's your thoughts, Tracy?
My son is a senior in high school, and he currently does not work.
Okay.
He does not. But he also doesn't get to pick and choose and tell me what I am and am not going to buy for him either. Because he ain't got no job.
Yeah.
What you want, you could go out, get you a job, earn you some money, and then do whatever it is that you want.
Yeah, that.
Oh, you just want to focus on getting your good grades in school and getting into college? That's fine too. But then you going to get what you get. Period, point blank. It's real simple. You get what you get. Or you could go and get a job, start doing whatever you want to do, and make your money. Either way is fine with me, but it ain't gonna be both. I'm not about to sit here and indulge the lifestyle that you want just because you in school. I work. You're capable of working. I did track and I go to school. That doesn't mean you can't work. Why can't you work on the weekends? School is only Monday through Friday. Work on the weekends. Get a weekend job. Mm-hmm. What's the problem? Oh, okay. You don't want to work. You want to have things handed to you. You want that lifestyle, which I definitely do not agree with. I definitely think that for anybody, they need to understand the value of money. And the only time you really, truly understand the value of money is when you have to get out there and bust your behind and work for it. That's the only time. But if you don't have to work for it, you don't understand the value of money. Yeah. You just don't.
Yeah. I just want to say, my mama's thing was you can buy whatever you want with your money. Yes, if it's coming out my pocket, you get what you get. I hear that. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. You don't get to choose and be You want sneakers? The sneakers are your end goal. I get you sneakers, but it might not be the Yeezys. But I get your sneakers. Kids need to understand it's yours money. If they want what they have, they need to go through the process the same way you did. Okay, Takola, I understand. I agree. Yes, Tracy. Yes. That's why I always had a job since I was 14 years old. I kept that with me ever since. Yeah, I had a job since I was 15 years old, and I had a job since. And well, because I was going to single mother who didn't have the means of access like Ocho's daughter had. Mm-hmm. And so I had to work to make mine like that because she was struggling. Single mother raising 2 boys, and she did it. It's like that. Now we good, but it's the thing. Like just because you have rich parents doesn't mean you can't practice the understanding the value, like you said, the money and work ethics. It's like that. Like I said, so I'm not totally against him saying that. Also, like to his daughter. She realized that, listen, you got this and all that stuff. And yes, his extracurricular activities of flying out and getting hoes and stuff like that. But what's he doing? That's not your money he's spending on the hoes. It's his money he's spending on the hoes.
Ocho's daughter, Yaya Mayweather, all of those like trust fund kids who my parents got money, so I get to live this lavish lifestyle because of it, but I have no real responsibilities, no real understanding of money, no like in-depth thing. Those are the type of people that make the thought process of, oh my gosh, I have money, I'm leaving things to my kids, and then my kids is gonna grow up to be spoiled brats that the rest of the world got to deal with. No, thank you. Keep your little bad kids on right where they at, little spoiled selves. I definitely do not. Although, like, yeah, my son doesn't work now. He works during the summertime when school is out. But it isn't. It's one of the things like, oh, during school, yeah, you don't have to work. That's fine. But you just gonna get what I buy you. There is no, oh, but I want this. Oh, great. Well, you can get it as soon as you get a job. As soon as you start working, you can get whatever you want. That's what the beauty of working is. You work, you make money, and you do what you want with the money you make. Knock yourself out. I don't know what else to tell you. But I do think that there is also something to be said that she felt comfortable enough just coming to him and saying that because maybe he has a history of just doing it in the past. So I'm like,
that could be true. Yeah.
Like, so did you used to do it and now you're not doing it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe it would be different because before she probably wasn't old enough to work. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So well, I don't. That might not work because it does make a difference. When you're too young to work, you can't. You just ask for it and they get it. Yeah. Okay. So
she needs to work.
yeah. That might be it. I don't know, but I definitely agree that she need to go. She could bust some suds. She could flip some burgers. She could babysit some kids. I'm pretty sure there is kids that she could babysit. There is a way to make it happen. Everybody has some sort of little hustle going on, girl. What you doing? Shoot, but sell some candy bars or something. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
well, sure. Oh my gosh.
Shoot. Oh, she could do them. She could do them little what's the little videos? You know where people will pay you to do the little videos, like like you do a birthday request or something like cameos.
Oh, cameos.
Yeah. look, just do cameos with your daddy in the background. You can earn you some coins.
Well,
have a conversation with your dad about this, about the cameo topic. Spell it that way. I don't know what to tell you, girl. Use your ingenuity. Shoot, because you couldn't tell me that I had a famous parent and I'm broke. Oh, absolutely not. What? Let me tell you, the way that I will be on this cameo, like, Dad, can you just say happy birthday and hit the record button? Like, happy birthday. Why am I saying happy birthday? I'll edit that part out. I just needed my dad saying happy birthday. That's it. For my good cameo video. I ain't got time for that.
Well, sure. Oh yeah, that was some of that. It was a good line. Let me say, oh yeah, I do want to get your thoughts on. I said we want to get your thoughts on Troy and Dietrich, and how do you feel about a lot of the men saying that Tressa is not they not mentally connected with her, but she's good. She got great conversation. She's deep and all that stuff like that. But yet she's not mentally connected with her. But they will do it on a chance. So because of Dietrich, he was fighting for her. It's like that. So how you feel about those two and that?
So I like that I was able to see more depth to Dietrich. Because when he first came on, he was just like, I want a son.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm a granddaddy and I want a son. And that was all the context that we had about him. And I was like, oh, here he comes. Oh, the misogynist, I just want to knock you up real quick because I need a male heir is real annoying. But there is depth to him. And for him to say, oh, I used to date this kind of woman and then I stopped and now I date a different kind of woman, didn't mean that he wasn't open to going back there. It's just that, he changed. Yeah. And that's just like anything else in life. At one point you like this and then you'll change and try something else. It doesn't mean you stopped liking what you originally did. It was just you're trying something different. And the fact that he was open enough to say, like, you know what, there are some really good things about her. And you know, it's not like, oh, I find it disgusting or repulsive, or, you know, I'm just so against it, I've never done it. And he was like, okay, well, there's something more there. I appreciate him for looking, for seeing that. But even Joel said the same thing. He was like, Joel even said, like, no, like, she's a really good girl. Like, you know, I would like to get to know her a little more. It was all the rest of the bums that said, oh no, she's just friend material. AJ, who is a slore, and he could just go on back about his business. Don't like him. Then it was David, who I know he ain't talking about just no friend vibe when he's sitting up here and all he want to be is a friend until he get married. I know the devil is a lie with your double standard.
She wasn't even being funny. She just stayed straight up. No, I'm trying to deep before marriage.
Look at that. If you're not sleeping with someone, then you are friends, right? That's what it is. The difference between a relationship and a friendship is one person you're being intimate with and the other person you're not. So, David, you literally want a friendship until you get married. But it's a problem that she's your friend and you could see her as a really good friend. What? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Oh my God. What is that boy name? I can't even think of his name. Little JJ Fish looking joker. What is his name? The basketball coach? Football coach. Jason. When he was like, oh no, I couldn't. I was like, I know you lying. Look at you. And you got the nerve to judge her. Look at you. With your jacked up beard, hairline, horrible connection. I know you not. Like, I know this doggone you. I swear to you, I promise you, every time I look at him, I be like, you know how girls go to the nail shop and they get their nails rounded at the end? It looked like, you know, his beard is like the tips. And the rest of it is just a nail. It's just all perfectly rounded. I was like, there is no dimension to his beard. There is no nothing. It's just a straight swoop. Like, just like, what in the holy, you need a new hairline, hair plug for men, beard line. I don't know. It like, gets on my doggone nerves. And got the nerve to call himself judging somebody. I know you lying.
Oh, yeah.
Going someplace. But for everybody to say they see her just as a friend, just as a friend, just as a friend. I'm like, is it because you are not interested in dating a full-figured woman? But her and Vershandia aren't too much different as far as size is concerned. They're not very different.
Right here.
Yeah, they're not very different as far as size is concerned. Especially at the bottom. You know, the bottom half is damn near identical. So they are very similar as far as that is concerned. So I'm like, but one is good enough and not the other one. So, but no, I do appreciate, you know, Dietrich for stepping up and saying, listen, I want to get to know her. Like, I'm not counting her out just because of this. But AJ needs to be the next to go. Go ahead. They just need to go ahead and get rid of AJ. Just get rid of him. Because this joker told Liz, like, oh, you ain't willing to bust it open for it? Then I can't do it.
I gave you with you, yeah, because she said
like, I understand the thing of wanting to test drive and, you know, get a little. I get it. I completely understand. But she didn't say she was. She said she would prefer to do this. Yeah. Meaning there is the ability to be persuaded to do something else, or if she found that connection and, you know, it was true, you guys are right. I'm pretty sure she would, you know, be willing to do some other things. You know, just like Ryan, Ryan and Clara, she'll be willing to figure it out for you until y'all got married, you know, help you out some ways. You know, it wasn't like she was completely unopen to doing anything at all to, you know, help you along. But come on, man, he couldn't see past it. They was vibing, they was talking good, everything was great, and then that just didn't work. I was like, oh yeah, see, nope, nope. See, my nigga beater popped up. Nope, bye. Let him go about his business. Let him go about his business. But Troy, that little treasure troll right there, that no good little gremlin. Ooh, when he had the nerve to tell Alexis, oh no, I don't be kissing on people. I don't be making them uncomfortable. Oh no, I was like, the devil is alive.
Amnesia.
Like, you just kissed me. He was like, no. Right. We seen you just kiss her right next to her eye, actually.
Yeah,
between her forehead and her cheek. You kissed her right there near her eye, right there on her temple. You kissed on the temple. We all seen it. She felt it. You tell, oh no, that didn't happen. I think all the ladies was really liking it. Like, no, it's awkwardly uncomfortable. It's like this close to being harassment.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Not quite harassment.
I was like, hold up, don't say that.
Listen, I bet you if you was at the job, you wouldn't be able to do that. Because that is that close to being harassment. Where it's like,
that's what he was thinking.
This ain't cool, but it's cool. I mean, he didn't technically do anything wrong. He just made us feel uncomfortable. Yeah. You know, which normally is the vibe that tells you that there's something off about him. And what got me was when he said, oh, he loves to travel. He loves to travel.
Yeah,
and then she asked him what was his favorite international place to go. He was like, I don't know, but I would like to go to. Have you ever been out of the country? Do you have a passport? What do you do? Do you just travel around the United States? Is that what this is? I mean, Texas is big as hell. So you just travel around Texas?
Yeah, because these vacation trips he be taking. It's like, oh gosh.
I went from Houston to Dallas to Fort Worth. Like, what? Is that what you do?
Corners.
Like, is that what you do? Do you just travel around? You just travel around Texas? Oh my! I was in Corpus Christi today. Like, so is that what you do? You just travel all around Texas on a plane, and now you think you're doing something? I don't know. Make sense. But I definitely was quite happy to see him go. And honestly, I felt like Christian should not have went home. They could have kept him and been sent Troy, because Troy is creepy. It's the big little bug eyes, looking like a little treasure trove for me. It's the little bug eyes. He looked like a little treasure troll. Like he should have a little gem in his belly button. You should just be able to rub it. Like he looked like a straight treasure troll to me with them big old eyes. Have the nerve to be talking about people and what he like and what he looking for. You know what you should be looking for? You should be looking for some harassment classes, buddy, because there's something not right there. I'm 51 and single. I see why.
Creep. And he don't notice that. I was like, sure.
It was him acting obliviously lost when Alexis said it that got me. I was like, I know you're not trying to act like you don't see this. I know you see this because we all see this.
You basically say that's your signature. Now you gonna act like you have amnesia, boy.
Exactly. 1000%. But I want AJ to go home next for the guys, and for the girls, so definitely AJ. Who do I want? Who do I want for the girls? The girls. They can just drop Alexis.
Alexis fly, yeah.
With her not so fly attire. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She said she was Alexis. I said, girl, fly where? But oh well. And I don't really judge fashion like that. But girl, you is not that stunning like some of the other girls. Some of the other girls who come, especially when they come to that freaking round table, and she wore that purple. I said, what's that? I said, oh, this other girl was stunning the outfits. What the hell you doing? You must be fly.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound so bad. Auntie Momo, I love you. Don't take offense. I love you, but I think that's like a Texas thing that they have a different version of what fly is. Like it's a Texas thing. It gotta be. It gotta be. It gotta be a Texas thing. Maybe that's what it is. It's a Texas thing. Because I was like, and that's fly. Oh. Okay, girl.
Oh, no. She said, oh, hell no. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But yeah. She need to drop that fly, Jones, but it is what it is.
Or maybe she's saying she looked like a fly because of her eyes. I don't know. I don't know what to tell her.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is the Ready to Love cast. This is my representation of Texas. I'm just saying this is the best Texas had to offer. It was Creepy Troy, Alexis Not So Fly, JJ Fish brother, because you can't tell me that boy don't look like JJ Fish. He definitely looked like that Joker with the bad singing and bad dancing. Looked just like him. Like twinning. Factually twinning. Like, and then you have a bunch of women who ain't dated in 10 plus years. A bunch of them. Like a whole lot of them who ain't had a man in 10 plus years. Like there is something off about that state of Texas. Now, I don't know what it is. But y'all definitely got some dudes. Oh, y'all got AJ, I'm a music producer / drop them draws, but I'm broke. You know.
Yeah, like
these are the representations. Because this is the best Texas had to offer. I'm sorry, the best Houston had to offer. I apologize to everybody else in Texas. The best Houston had to offer. This was the creme de la creme of Houston. I was like, ooh. I guess look, I guess Houston is not the place for me. Because if this is the best y'all got, I was and this is the best.
Yeah.
And Chef Diedrich, I'm so shocked that Chef Diedrich has moved up my list of people. Like I would have never thought that he would have moved up the list. But Joel is definitely like, I want him to find love.
Yes.
Like, definitely.
Oh, well.
Oh, Auntie Mo from Austin. So, okay, all right. Well, your cousin, okay? Austin, Houston. Clearly, y'all cousins. I mean, y'all ain't that far apart. We all got that cousin that can't dress. That's okay. They just live in Houston. I got it. Okay. I got it. Because I promise y'all, like,
well,
who do you think should go home next?
Let's see. For the guys, to be honest, we didn't really see much of Juan, so I can see him go. He can go. I see Juan leave. And for the ladies, you know, to be true, to be honest, it could be out of Alexis and Kyra, due to the fact that when you talk about Kyra earlier, she has these dates, but I don't see much men really gravitate towards her as they top. Stacey's good because Stacey looked like Stacey
like she should have been on the episode of Basketball Wives.
Yeah, like she just thrown up like all the time. I saw Stacey, we see you, girl. And yeah, so it could be out of these two. It's like that. Okay, everybody else. And maybe Constantine, because we don't see him much of that. And it's like the only person she could match with was Juan, but it seemed like Juan has his eye to somebody else, and she don't like being number 2 based on the previews.
You know what? But last episode, not all the men, but a lot of the men put Chrysanthemum in their number 1 spot.
Yeah.
So a lot of them put her as number 1.
What happened to the rest of the dates? Because we already see her. Unless her schedule is messed up and she can't film as much.
Oh yeah, because she is a flight attendant.
Oh, that's
so
why.
that does make sense. Because they do meet up once a week to like talk as a group, but then they go about their regular lives. So it definitely could possibly be that she, was flying. So that definitely does. Now that you say that, that does make sense, and it would make a difference, you know, in a relationship. Because if you are always gone, you know, and you're gone, let's say, you know, like Eric says, he's gone like 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
That could definitely take a toll on your dating life.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a show like this is good for her, where it kind of forces them to keep communications going, even though that person isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
So you might be on to something. Oh, I get what you putting down. I get it.
Yeah, so y'all, in the next half an hour, we're gonna have our panel tonight. We got a couple of things to say. Good night, caller. A couple of things. We're gonna talk about the Machias, the situation. We're gonna talk about the DMX funeral service. I didn't get to see it, but we're gonna talk about it, and I guess I didn't get to see it, y'all, because last night I was not home, and I wish I would have seen it, but I didn't get to see it. But I saw the clip of.
Wait, where was you at last night?
Oh yeah, I mentioned it. I was at these surprise party. We had a surprise party for last night, and I was turning it up.
Thought you was laying it low and spreading the wide. Never mind then. Okay, it's okay. All right. Yeah, I get it. Surprise parties. Okay. I love it.
And tomorrow is an open discussion, y'all. So please join us tomorrow at Mr. Social Corner at like 8 o'clock. It's what y'all want to talk about. Y'all want to ask us any questions about life. Y'all want to ask us about ourselves. It could be relationships, how we feel about things, how we feel about shows, anything. Y'all ask us that. It's open discussion. It's an interaction between the chat and us. So anything y'all want to talk about the ladies, so we can talk about the ladies episode, whatever show y'all talk about. We can have an open discussion.
Wait. Is Sir Neil gonna be on there tomorrow night?
Yeah,
so we can get his how I used to lay it low and spread it wide stories. I hope he didn't think I forgot, because I didn't. We're gonna get that Sir Neil how I used to lay it low and spread it wide story. Okay.
So it's gonna be open discussions. Join us tomorrow, y'all. Let's have a thing. Every now and then between the social topics, we will have that little open discussion and just let us free to talk about things. I think one Sunday, and next month we will have like a jam party, so I said like a midday jam thing, music like that. It won't be monetized. I won't monetize the video, but it's gonna be us trying to have a good time. I would say,
we can do games. We can do some games that day when it's not monetized.
Okay. She said, one moment said she want to hear your thoughts about the Makai thing, so stick around. Yes, and next Sunday coming up, we're gonna talk about the circle, and maybe probably the latest episode of Iana Fix My Life. The one that was happened last night, I will record that, so it will be up tomorrow. But
I can't with that. That it made me cry. I was like,
I'm like, so I will record that. Gotta watch that tonight after the panel and do my review. But the next one, it will be on a live discussion when we talk about the circle and Iyanla. So that's gonna be the next topics. All right. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, Renee, CM. Thank you, Tracy, as always, for joining in. Jason,
sorry about my internet issues.
It's okay. It happens. Everything. Love y'all. Senna, Joyce, Auntie Momo. Love y'all. Get prepared. Auntie Momo, I will join. Oh, tomorrow is 8 o'clock Eastern, my time. And I think you in LA, so it'll be probably around 5 o'clock of your time to call her. You Cali, just like Sunil. And yes, buy out with the thing. So join y'all tomorrow. Also discussion. Let's join ourselves. And 8 p.m. Eastern. And I gotta get something to eat. So at the moment, I'll be on the panel. I just gotta eat something first, and then I'll join in. That's like that. All right, later, y'all. All right, let's see. I got that shade, Mizzle. You got the shade. What shade you got? Oh shit! Oh my god! Y'all crackers though. to Cali. Yeah, so you'll be 3 hours before. So it's 8 o'clock my time, be 5 o'clock your time. About the internet working. Yes. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, right? I know Vogel's like, he's like, you know what? Every y'all, right? I'll see you next half an hour, so like that. After I get up to eat, I'll join in the chat. All right, later, y'all.